The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a 0 becomes a 1, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD BLACK NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance.
Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the WD BLACK Esports Club Pro League for Rainbow Six Siege, supported by Ubisoft and in association with ACD Fibernet and AFK Gaming. I'm your host, Blackjack, the stuttering man for today, and joining me, of course, is our co-host Foxy, and we've got Baba Gusta sitting out at the back because unfortunately the Caster's cam only has so much space.
I think Baba's a little more accustomed to the analysis part of the match, so Absolutely. It makes sense. You know, once we have the match done, he's gonna come in with his very interesting insights for how the match went. But speaking of which, Blackjack, first match, Demon's Force coming up. They happen to be contenders in Division 1. Huge team. The day 3, in fact, of the qualifiers. How's your energy level feeling? What's going on in your head right now?
I am absolutely excited right now, Foxy. That just goes without saying for all three of us right now. Demon's Force, seeing them back after a while. You know, we've of course been tracking their progress in the SA National Qualifiers that's been happening parallelly to our league here. But other than that, of course, there hasn't really been too much happening in this last month. It's almost been like a whole break for everybody involved, not just us casters and admins here, but also for most teams who unfortunately couldn't make it in the SA Nationals. But regardless of, that particular factor of South Asia, right now we are here on day 3 of the qualifiers for the WD BLACK Esports Club Pro League for Rainbow Six Siege, and a fantastic day 2 that we had yesterday. Absolutely amazing, and a lot of contrast in the matches that we had yesterday. 7-1 to Union Gaming in the first one, 7-0 to Monka in the second one, and then going into the third one, it was overtime for ESM, who finally managed to win it on round 14, 8-6. It was a fantastic game that me and Baba got to cast. Very, very, very good game indeed with between ESM and Statics. And then to round things out, we had Vanquish Paradox versus Espada. And Vanquish Paradox, they had to fight a little bit, 7-4 to them, but they did manage to win fairly comfortably right towards the end. If you're wondering why I'm looking down, that's because my notes copy is down here. So, sometimes you just have to compromise. There's not much space where I'm sitting right now. Anyway, that's a whole other factor. Today's matches that we have for all of our viewers at home starts off with Rainbow Warriors versus Demon's Force, and we have the map Ben info. For all of our viewers at home, it is Theme Park. That is right, ladies and gentlemen. 5 matches on stream so far, 5 different maps. Absolutely fantastic coming out from all of our teams here in the league. A theme park is in play today. A map we don't get to see a whole lot of, just generally anywhere when you think about it. So I am very excited to see what both teams bring out on this map. Demon's Force is defending, mind you, and theme park is a very defender-heavy map. So they have that initial advantage. It's up to the Rainbow Warriors to see if they are going to be able to hold down the fort when they are on the attack and make sure to get a defense without too much damage dealt. After this match, of course, we've got 3 more to go. Havocs versus Extremis Esports will be coming up after this. That's going to be another exciting match. Havocs coming back after a while. They've been in and out of the division stages of the last leagues, and now they're here once again to try and get in the very first season itself. And after that match, we've got first time playing. Curiously enough, this is also my first time watching
That's
them, I
an
believe.
interesting name they had to pick for them.
Indeed,
for themselves.
indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not the end of the interesting names, of course. Playing against them is TRN8 Valiance, one of our success stories from the previous league, and a very, very exciting team that we had last league, climbing their way to Division 1 and impressing everyone in the process. Valiance, I'm excited to see what they bring in for us today. And then finally, we've got another interesting name, Kinda Sus, bro. That's an Among Us reference for all of our viewers in chat out there. Versus Kira Esports. Kira Esports coming back to stream today should be another exciting game. And I'm pretty sure we're going to see predictions fly in the chat before we get to this first match right here, which we will in just a second. We're just waiting on all the team members to join in. But we're going to actually be going into a little bit of analyst cam right here with my friend Baba Gusta. Baba, how do you do today?
I'm doing absolutely fantastic here, Jack, and I'm really excited for these upcoming matches. Kira Esports versus, that's kind of sus. I mean, sometimes you need to see what kind of suspicious things that these guys are going to do in this specific matchup. Who knows? Might be a huge upset from Kira Esports, or maybe some great plays, 3Ks, 4Ks, or maybe an ace. So I'm really excited, and I'm pumped up to see what's going to happen in this first specific matchup here.
Absolutely, but of course, Kira Esports is the last match on the board today, because right now we're going to be going into theme park just very shortly, just a little bit more time, guys. Just, making sure everything is set up nice and proper. Rainbow Warriors taking on Demon's Force. An absolutely fantastic game coming up. More importantly, Demon's Force is coming back on screen after a long time. I'm sure you're excited to see them, aren't you, Baba?
I mean, I am really excited because first things first, we actually did see Demon's Force in the previous matchup. Tsukushima Goat did had a little bit of problem facing in from the previous matchups. Although, many of, our dear viewers know for the fact that Tsukushima Goat is a Blitz main, and he's also very good in Blitz main. Apparently, like most of the time, if you see Demon's Force's tactics on attack, they are always aggressive. I mean, we might see some matches where they go strategic, just a normal opening up the walls with the thermite and just going for the normal push in, going for the default plant. But there are most matches where if you see Tsukushima Goat playing as Blitz, you do know for the fact that they are going to go full aggressive and they're not going to stop until they win the round. That's how Demon's Force works. And yeah, going up against, seeing them being back after a 1-month huge break, I believe that they've even strategized more on how to be more aggressive on attack, knowing the fact that Rainbow Six Siege is more of like a defender favored map. Most of the time you see always, the aggressive counters like Melusi, barbed wires, Maestro's evil eye cams to get more intel, and also how can I not forget about the passive aggressive Valkyrie with her cameras to spot each and every opponent's moves so that she can be able to go for an easy run out and get those important kills. So hopefully, with all of that being said, Demon's Force can be able to strategize, and hopefully they can get ahead of the qualifiers.
Absolutely. That is what we'll be looking forward to today, but we should not underestimate the Rainbow Warriors, ladies and gentlemen. Even if we don't have too much info on them just yet, they could turn out to be one of those surprise teams in the qualifiers right now, and they could definitely make an upset from Demon's Force. Demon's Force is one of those top-tier teams that has had a little bit of a slump as of late, and, connectivity issues aside, we did see in the last league, right in the end of Season 5, they were having some trouble keeping their top spot in the table. However, who knows? Maybe this 1 month break has given them more than enough time, just like Baba said, to strategize and to bring themselves back from what could otherwise be a rather unfortunate slump farther into uncharted territories. And definitely that's something that they will be looking to avoid today. As, of course, you don't want to get eliminated in season 1 qualifiers having been a division 1 team in the league previous, right? That is absolutely not what you want to do, just from a general perspective. And Rainbow Warriors, in the meanwhile, they'd like to get into the division stages this time around and not only get in, but make waves. And what better way to do it than defeating one of the toughest teams out there, Demus Force, that has weathered so many storms over the past few months. And they'll be looking to weather this storm as well. Speaking of which, Theme Park, just like we mentioned a little while ago, very heavily defender-sided map as it goes. Most maps in the competitive Rainbow Six pool are defender-sided, save for potentially Consulate and Coastline. Right, I forgot the name for a second there. But aside from those two maps, most maps in the competitive Rainbow Six map pool are pretty much defender-sided, ranging from somewhat defender-sided to heavily defender-sided, looking at, say, Clubhouse, say, Oregon, and, of course, Theme Park and Villa. Theme Park also happens to be one of those maps that isn't actually played that often, right? And that's something that you have to keep in mind quite a bit, because it's one of those maps that is practiced quite a lot, right? Practice matches and custom lobbies. People do lab Theme Park quite a bit, but it's not exactly played a lot just because of how one-sided it can be, more so than any of the other maps in the competitive R6 pool. These, excuse me right there, in the map pool, right? I'm a little nervous if you guys can't tell. So anyhow,
Yeah, well,
speaking of which, Baba, what are your views on Theme Park and in this particular match that we have today?
yeah, I mean, coming back to theme park, I believe it was shifted from either bank or border, because those two maps used to be, one of the most highly played maps in the in this, in this region. And unfortunately, since both of those maps just got shifted from, from bank to border to theme park and Oregon, it's quite, interesting to see how many players have adapted to this new map of theme park. Even though it was a reworked version of it, you do know the fact that there are some sites in which the attackers might be able to win it. I mean, if you check out on the side of the bunk, the second floor bunk site, there is a higher chances where the attackers might be able to win it out. The same thing actually kind of goes for the office and initiation room, where all they have to do is to just open up the walls on the cash room, just get inside. It shouldn't be that much of a problem. The only problem for the defenders is if they just hold the proper control on cash. That's all the defenders have to do, and all they have to do is waste the time. It will work out for them. Easier said than done. And yeah, more importantly, it is quite rare to see an attacker winning on the site of armory and throne room, because it is like all the the defenders have to do is either pick a lot of denial operators like mute, kaid, and a bandit to either place their bandit charges right from the walls and hopefully be able to trick at least one part of it, because most of the time you have the maintenance room, you have the blue room. If you do open those two walls, however, that would give the opportunity for the defenders to easily roam in, get one hold of maintenance room, and that's all they need, just to make sure the attackers won't be able to plant near the default of throne room. And that's how complicated the execution is going to be for the attackers to push in. So according to me, for theme park, it is highly a defender favored map, unless and until if you at least find the weaknesses, or I would like to call it mistakes, being made by the opponents, and you capitalize on it. And when you eliminate one of them, you could be able to have the chance to just drone in, use trust on your instincts, even your gun plays, push in, get those kills, and go get those round wins. So yeah, all by that, theme park, yeah, it's a very solid map for me.
Absolutely, it is a very, very solid map, even if it is as one-sided as it can be, especially when it is very well executed on, just like you mentioned, Baba, right there. And one thing that we have to remember, Demas Force is starting out on defense. Now, I did mention they had a little bit of a slump, but that slump, they've actually kind of gotten out of it. They have qualified already for the SA Nationals, and they are looking a lot better than they were at the end of Season 5 of the previous qualifiers. So, who knows? Maybe this might just be just a standard game for them. Maybe they don't have to fight it out too much. They wouldn't have to put in too much effort into it, but maybe they will. Again, all I'm saying is Rainbow Warriors, even if we don't know too much about them, you don't want to underestimate them yet, as it is qualifiers. Anything can go down, as we've seen time and time again. Qualifiers in any league format, it is always a surprise fest. Speaking of which, I'm pretty sure a lot of our viewers are kind of anxious for the match to begin. Don't worry, everybody. The match will begin very shortly. We're just getting everything set up. All of the team members into the lobbies. And shouldn't be too long now. Maybe just a couple of minutes, as I'm slowly running out of things to say. But we'll try and keep all of our viewers as entertained as possible. Speaking of which, it's not just, of course, Rainbow Warriors versus Demas Force. We're putting a lot of highlight on that match because it is the match of the hour right now, right? For the next hour or so, we'll be seeing these two teams duke it out on the map of Theme Park. But we've also got Havocs coming back to stream today after Havocs and Extremists coming back to stream today after a while. We're getting excuse me right there. We're getting Valiants back. They're going to be playing against First Time Playing, very interestingly enough, just like I said. And kinda sus, bro. I really like that name. Versus Kira Esports, both of which, both matches, of course, are going to be very interesting, as is Kira Esports coming back. They themselves have had some ups and downs as of recently, but they did end strong last I checked, and they haven't had too much of a tough time, unless I'm getting that wrong. Sometimes I just tend to forget information. It just is what it is. But yeah, 3 very exciting games, and I hope that we get to see 3 different maps as well. After this one, just like we had yesterday, 4 matches, 4 different maps. It was absolutely amazing to see, and it kept the stream quite fresh. Unlike certain days that we have had before, all Clubhouse and all Cafe days. I'm pretty sure everybody remembers the meme about about Clubhouse. Pretty much the most played map of this region. Like, that just goes without saying. But who knows? Maybe we might see some more New Oregon. Maybe we might see some Consulate Villa. We didn't get to see Villa yesterday, as far as I remember. So seeing some Villa would be nice today as well. And one thing that, speaking of stuff that we'd like to see, something that, of course, I'm looking forward to see is the aggression that we get to see from teams coming out. As I remember back in the first majors, it was mentioned quite a bit that our region, the South Asian region, is quite on the aggressive side of things, and I wouldn't disagree with that, not in the slightest. But right now, against Demas Force, Rainbow Warriors will have to try and match Demas Force's aggression. We've seen it before from them. Demas Force, when they get rolling, they do not stop at all, and you want to make sure that juggernaut of momentum that they have, it does not get going at all. So it's a very tough ask for Rainbow Warriors right now. So before we get into the game, Baba, any predictions on what we might see?
Well, Jack, according to the match that we're going on to Rainbow Warriors, since I have absolutely, have no idea about their intel, I think I may have to go for Demas Force on this one because many teams know who Demas Force is, and also we've even seen how their playstyle works. So I believe Demas Force. I do believe that they've brought up some new strategies together. Hopefully, they could win against Rainbow Warriors on map Theme Park. So my predictions would be for Demas Force for now, Jack.
Well, it's actually funny because for the exact same reason that you mentioned, Baba, that we don't have too much intel on Demas Force, that's on your Rainbow Warriors. That's why you chose Demas Force. That is exactly the reason I actually feel like this match could go either way. Because we don't know too much about Rainbow Warriors. Again, usually that doesn't exactly speak well for any particular team, but I'm not one to disqualify the chance of Rainbow Warriors pulling off an upset. Again, anything can happen. It is qualifiers, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to hold my prediction until I've seen just a little bit more. But right now, just like Baba, I am leaning towards Demas Force just because Demas Force, as a team, well, we've seen them play before multiple times. So we'll be coming live with the match in just a quick moment right here, ladies and gentlemen, as we're almost done. All of the team members are in, and we'll be transitioning into the game as soon as we have the ready confirmation from both teams. They're all in. We're just waiting for it all to fall in, it all to start. And once again, I'm slowly running out of things to say, but at the end of the day, we all know how this goes. These pre-game lobbies, we try to keep our viewers entertained as much as we can. So yeah, Demon's Force, Rainbow Warriors, fantastic game coming up. Havocs versus Extremist Esports, another great game that will be coming up after this one. I'm actually pretty interested to see how Havocs plays, but more on that later, because right now it looks like we are beginning with the match on Theme Park between Rainbow Warriors and Demon's Force, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be a very interesting game coming right to your screens on the map of Theme Park. And we are already here on the ban phase, operator ban phase beginning. Demon's Force will be the first ones to ban because they are on the defensive side, of course, as the good luck half funds are all on the chat. Excuse me, in the chat. And yeah, Demon's Force, slowly but surely. Let's see what they ban first. I'm pretty sure we're going to see maybe a Thatcher ban, maybe a Jackal ban here and there. A Montaigne ban instead. All right, that is definitely very interesting right there from both teams. Montaigne taken off the board, understandably so. The Mountain from France, he's oh boy, he is one terrifying operator to go up against. Meanwhile, on the other side, there we go. The Blitz ban is in, ladies and gentlemen. We expected this, and no shield, says Spidey Time, understandably so, as just as Baba mentioned a while ago, we have Tsukishima Goat playing for Demon's Force, and anytime he plays, the Blitz ban comes into play. Now, on the defender side of things, Rainbow Warriors, they have the first defender ban, and they'll be taking out Echo. All right, that's very interesting right there, Echo, even though I'm pretty sure he's default banned right now. Regardless, Echo is off the board, and one more ban remains. That is Demon's Force's ban.
I think it's got to be someone on the lines of a Maestro. Maybe it's just something to bring out the meta a little on the advantage. Oh, it's a clash. I'm not surprised, honestly.
Okay.
We've got some great clash plays coming in. In fact, from our region, just in specific, I cannot think of too many names, obviously, except Ninja Freak. But coming back to Notorious as well, I've seen him play Clash before, and more importantly, it's the roster we are talking about as we take a look at them right now. Danu, Skiffy, Spidey Time, Cursive, and Ash Ventura. You've already have my heart, Ash Ventura. Whoever you are, amazing name. I've got to give it to the person. Amazing name. That's a team Rainbow Warriors for you people. While on the side of Demon's Force, we have Tsukishima Goat, Sniper Want Candy, Cobra, Levi, and Notorious. Fadeen sadly won't be joining us today. In fact, in the main roster, my man is fighting a Rona out there, so I hope he gets well soon and we get to see more of him in these matches. Fardeen has been an amazing player. Man has been the MVP in the past league as well, so huge ups for Fardeen, man. Just take care, hang in there, and we are waiting for you to come back in and enjoy this match and give us all the while more fun, more fragging. But right now the 6-pick in from I didn't quite catch that. Was that the Mozzie onto the Melusi?
Yes, it was.
Oh, well, very well done at least. For now, that was really good. Now going ahead, let's see what we've got for ourselves. A little bit of a loading time. It's okay. We're just getting hyped. We're feeling the moment here, and there we go. We won't be keeping you waiting for long, and we are underway with the matches. We got Tsukishima Goat. He's brought the Melusi, a very important operator that happens to be. I just happened to bring out one of these ranked matches the other day, and there's not one ranked match Melusi did not get banned. People just really hate her at this point, and hey, I don't blame anybody. It's just the way it is. We've got the Jaeger, the GSN brothers, in fact, Cobra and Sniper Want Candy will be running them. Levi, he's back on the Goyo. I love to see that. In fact, the TCSG as well. Notorious, as usual, he's going to be on the Legion. Nothing out of the blue here. But what I'm really interested to see is how things turn out going ahead into this match. It's a very exciting match, and Theme Park just makes it all the while more exciting. Meanwhile, on the side of the attackers, a lovely scatter of hard breach. I see the A's being employed along with the Hibana as well. Obviously, the Thatcher at this point, I don't know if the Thatcher is just hit or miss, or you just got to take those little risks. Try and play even a little frag oriented with Thatcher. But let's see if that is going to be the case from Cursive or not going ahead into this match. standard stuff being done here. The drones are out. That is something they want to establish, and I think the point of entry that they're trying to make here is going to be all the way from the side of the east side of this map. Skiffy has got the drone works in, and just what Ash Main is supposed to be doing, making his way in, getting those entry frags. But right now he's just not going to be able to find anybody. Just holding down, peeking, watching. They've got too much map control. Rainbow Warriors are already inside the map and very awfully close to the side. I don't think Demon's Force knows this. And there you go, already the first kill coming in from Spidey Time. Tries to pick up another, but it's just a 5 vs 4. A great pick for the Hibana. A little bit of aggression from Sniper One Candy. I'm not sure if this could be useful for him while the breach from the ace will be happening. It's going to be a huge play, but no, Sniper One Candy is going to get himself a double kill as I move away from him. Oh boy, that was a huge one. I'm not sure where that came out of. And Skiffy sadly has left the game. So that I don't think that is going to affect them so much. Aggression once again being stopped on. And that is from Ash Ventura. The Blackbeard comes alive. A 3 vs 3 re-established back into place. The man count at this point is equalized. They can make this happen. Rainbow Warriors have still got this, despite the man disadvantage that they happen to endure with that disconnection as well. But will they be able to do so, or will it just be Demon's Force straight up walking away all over them? Let's see what happens right now. A shield comes out of all things from Levi. He's just going to reposition it, but Sniper One Candy with the triple this round. The man has just been amazing. Trying to find his fourth. No, he'll get shut down. That's a 2 vs 2 re-established back into the game. Danu trying to see if he's able to find one more out of that kill onto Sniper. Levi still watching Hallway. A great crossfire that Notorious and Levi have for themselves. I'm not sure if the attackers know this. Not enough drone work. And there you go. The rotate does come in from Danu, but Ash Ventura with the diffuser in hand is still going to be choosing to stick to this angle. He's got to be very careful about this. I'm not sure what Danu is trying to do. Only 40 seconds remain. They've definitely got to put the pedal on the metal right now. There you go, the push-up is noticed. Notorious will be peeking that corner anytime soon now. The Legion Man giving away his position. Got Ash Ventura, excuse me. Gonna make the push any moment now. He's just waiting for Danu to come up yellow stairs. And that could be the play. In fact, Levi waiting very patiently. He knows that Danu is coming up yellow stairs. And there will be the peak. The smoke could act as a cover for the man, and yes it is. Levi perfectly stationed here. He does not even know he's there. Danu is the only one standing. He's still gonna find him. No, he's gonna lose that. And Levi picks up the final kill, and Demon's Force will be taking first round up. And as we see, we'll be going to a quick rehost, in fact, as we did see Skiffy disconnect. So yeah, a quick rehost in, but oh boy, that was one hell of a round that we got to see. Wouldn't you agree, Blackjack?
Absolutely right there, Fox. Yeah, beautiful first round from both teams. Interestingly enough, Demon's Force in the early game, just like you said, they seem to be a little unawares of how close Rainbow Warriors seem to have pushed in already. And they definitely paid the early price for that, or at least that's what you would think, having lost one body. But then, Sniper One Candy comes out with the Jaeger once again, the aggression that we've come to love from him. He came in, he took a couple of bodies, and he wasn't willing to stop, not in the slightest. He got a third one, 3 kills for him, and those 3 were very, very influential kills, mind you, because without those, I don't think Demon's Force would have gotten away scot-free as they did right at the end. And sure, one could say that Sniper One Candy got a little greedy right towards the end, trying to go for that 4th ace.
Hey.
But even if he did pay the price there, he made sure that the man count was equalized and Demon's Force temporarily was in the lead. That's what they really needed, because being in the man count lead for even a second is a morale boost in a round that you really need when it comes to matches like these. Rainbow Warriors, especially with how they surprised Demon's Force early, they didn't need to lose those bodies, but Sniper One Candy outplayed them, and that's what really mattered. And then the final crossfire between the Legion and the Goyo, with a little misplay from Ace, those smoke grenades, unfortunately, not quite working out the way he wanted them to. And this is something I actually read about players in our South APAC region, is that we see smokes, we just sort of push in instead. We don't really wait for the smokes to dissipate or go in cover. We use the smokes as cover. That's our specialty, ladies and gentlemen. Wouldn't you agree, Baba?
I mean, I absolutely do agree about that, Jack. And what a wonderful plays coming in from both of them. Especially, I actually do like the bait that Skiffy did, even though there was a Melusi being, placed right near the waiting room. He wasn't quite sure, because if you even knew that there was a Melusi cam. Sorry, not the Melusi cam. I do have to apologize. It was the Banshee deterrent, as they would like to call it. He could have just went in, focused on the utility. He could have just mirrored it out, or he could have just used a Ash breaching charge to immediately remove it. But there might be some 2 or 3 seconds gap where the defenders might take that as an opportunity to just go for the push in and eliminate one of those important operators. So what Skippy did was very it was really intelligent of him to do so, while Spidey was there with the support, gets that important kill. And out of nowhere, Sniper on Candy arrived as the Jaeger, and it immediately eliminates both of those players in such a great style. I just all of that, so much of hard work that they did from that early rounds, it just immediately vanished thanks to Sniper One Candy. I mean, like, immediately, dude.
Yeah, absolutely. The man just came in and said, "Okay, you guys make progress. Now I'm going to make some counter progress." And that double kill was amazing. I could just see, like, in the UI right on the left where Rainbow Warriors was, just two bodies, two health bars just melting away. And then down and dead. That was a beautiful play from Sniper One Candy there. Pretty much saved the round for his team, question mark, of course, because there was a round that had just begun. Only one body had fallen. 9 players were still alive. It could have really gone anywhere, realistically speaking. However, it went the way of Demon's Force on second floor bomb. Fantastic from them. We are, of course, going to be coming back from the rehost in just a quick second, ladies and gentlemen, as, of course, we had the disconnect coming in from Rainbow Warriors. Hopefully everyone manages to get back into the lobby as quickly as possible so that the siege action doesn't get interrupted for too long. But, it is what it is, as they say. Regardless, as we're going to be bringing Foxy back into the caster cams right here. Foxy, first round, how do you feel?
Honestly, it was really well done by Demon's Force. I thought for a second that they might lose it because, the way I might not know Rainbow Warriors as a team, but I do know the players in there. We've seen Spidey Time play for AS69 before. We've seen Danu play for Team Maha before. So we have seen Skiffy play for Seva Esports before. These players are known to the community. We know them. We've seen them before. But here's the thing. Are they good amongst themselves? One thing I know for sure is they're good in their frag potential. They're able to make sure that they at least get the kills, if not so much cohesion between the team. But here's the thing. Is that enough to beat Demon's Force? Because so far it's just been raw gunplay from the team of Demon's Force. And they like to do that quite a bit. We did see the push-up from the Bandit as well. That was ill-advised on chairs. Why would he peek the hallway? But hey, he still did that because that kind of confidence is what puts Demon's Force up there, and definitely the aggression does pay off. So going ahead, I think we'll be getting to see a little more frag frenzy oriented match, but my bet's still on Demon's Force, man. I mean, if you're going to go out on frags, you might as well be in the favor of Demon's Force.
Absolutely, well said right there. I remember way back in season 1 and 2 of the original WD Black Esports Club League for Rainbow Six Siege, the first one that we had, that is, we used to call them, they used to go by the name Stack at the time, and we used to call them Stack on the Attack and Unstoppable Force. And they still are that unstoppable force because of that aggression. They bring it in, they know what they need to do, and they do it with utmost confidence. They commit, and that's what really matters there. If you're playing with aggression, you need to commit to that aggression. Demon's Force knows this, and they have done it time and time again. And that is why, especially after that first round, I'm leaning slightly more towards Demon's Force myself than I was at the start of the game. But again, just like you said, Rainbow Warriors, we know these players, and we know how they play individually. But how do they play as a cohesive team? That is what we are here to find out as well. So it's a little bit of a learning process for all of us casters here as well. As, that's information for the future, just to help make these casting sessions, these in-betweens and pre-game, post-game sessions better for all of our viewers at home. It's a constantly developing scene, as they call it. And that's what we're here, hopefully, to make it as good as we can for all of our viewers back at home.
Well, I mean, most definitely, yeah. I'll have to agree to everything you said because there's so many things you said. I cannot just, keep pinpointing. Yeah, this is exactly what I feel as well. But coming back to this match, what are you thinking? Because Demon's Force has started off on defense. You've not got any heavy meta bans. I mean, obviously, we did see Senpai's infamous Blitz plays. You just cannot make them anymore because Blitz did get banned. But apart from that, just the way the meta has been influenced, we don't see the Thatcher bans anymore. They don't just happen to favor a whole lot. You could go in for something else in exchange. And yeah, just like we did see them, the shields are out of the play. And it's a weird way of getting to see theme park, just with this constant change of stuff. But hey, I love it, and it's good to see the teams picking up on that as well.
Absolutely. And just like you said, the Thatcher ban won't exactly be, as influential as it used to be before, just because of the way he was reworked per se. He only disables things instead of breaking them. But more on that in just a bit when we get into the game, because right now we are back with the match, ladies and gentlemen. Round 2 between Rainbow Warriors and Demon's Force is underway. And it is going to be the site that is going to be First Floor Armory and Throne Room coming out from Demon's Force. A good site. The site that Baba was talking about, one of the most defender win sites here in Theme Park, and for good reason. Getting into this site is an entire round in and of itself. And then you have the post breach where, well, we all know the post breach game on Armory. It's actually kind of hard to get in here, and you need to have as many bodies on hand alive as you can get. We've got a couple of 6-picks here, one from Skiffy out of the sledge into the Thatcher, and one from Cobra out of the Bandit into the castle. Ace and Melusi, both inclusions into the game of Operation Steel Wave, are going to be in play today as well. And that should be pretty interesting. Again, we're just getting to see Melusi. These are sort of the first days of this operator in competitive R6, even though it's been a little over a month now. Not a few weeks. Let's just leave it at that. And yeah, Tsukishima Goat bringing in the Melusi should be pretty interesting to see how the team plays around the Banshees, because those gadgets, oh boy, they have a immense stopping power, let me tell you that much. But they have been nerfed since, right? Their radius was reduced and the amount of effect increases the closer you get, right? So those changes have been made, but even then, Melusi is a force to be reckoned with, especially when the team is playing around this operator. And that is what it looks to be in this particular situation. As we've got the Jaeger in play, we've got the Kaid for the walls, of course, we've got the castle, and to round things out, we've got Notorious once again on the Vigil. We like to see this man on the Vigil, bringing in the Korean operator, and he brings it in style. He's done some great things with Vigil in the past, and who knows, he might be able to pull off something special today as well. Not to say any less of Rainbow Warriors. They've got the Zofia, they've got double hard breaches in both Ace and Hibana, and the hard breach support coming in from Skiffy with the Thatcher. So all in all, fairly standard stuff that we're getting to see, but still mostly the smarter part of the standard stuff, because there are other picks that they could have gone for that they decided not to, maybe because they don't quite work with those combinations and permutations for the time being. And it is the qualifiers. You want to try and take it easy, but you also want to make sure you don't get eliminated. So both teams have to find that balance of where they aren't completely, exposing every single strategy that they have, while at the same time bringing in enough to win. Jones is spotting the defender locations right now, but pre-fires are coming in, and Ash Ventura, oh dear me, caught in the reload from Sniper One Candy, but he'll be refragged onto instantly by Zofia. Cursive is going to take the kill, and Sniper One Candy, he got one. Unfortunately, he was not able to get two, but the Vigil, oh ho ho, whiffing a few too many shots right there. Spidey Time will punish him for that, even though Spidey Time himself is less than half HP. Doesn't matter, because that is a 4 versus 3 for Rainbow Warriors right now. Spy time is low, of course, but he will be more than confident enough with the amount of HP that he has to go for the plays that he needs to, as Levi, Cobra, and Tsukishima Goat are the last one standing. Impact grenades for tricking are coming out, and they've taken on one of the summer breaches, the last summer breach from Dhanu, so he won't be able to use any more of his, but Skiffy's gonna find Tsukishima Goat. That is the Melusi of the board. That's another big one. Looks like the summer breach did go off. I was just a little wrong in my call out right there. Do apologize for that. But the Melusi is down, and it's a 4v2. Rainbow Warriors have pushed Demon's Force back very, very heavily, but Levi and Cobra are very potent in this situation. They could turn this from a 2v4 to a 2v0, and Rainbow Warriors have to be on point. The Kaid is spotted. Levi, he's in a position, and his position has been compromised. So he's going to have to hold it down as flashbangs are coming out from the split hallway. Shots are fired, but that's Thanu taking damage, and he'll be going down. That's the UMP coming out to take one. Will he find one more? Not quite yet. The TCSG has to find somebody, but will it? Yes, it will. And Cobra finds one more. Skiffy goes down, and suddenly sold under Cursive. He's got one, but he will not get two. It is Cobra with the headshot from the UMP. The Castle and the Kaid come out with the 2v4, ladies and gentlemen. I made the speculation to say that it would be, as we're going to see that in the Act 500 instant replay right now. Oh boy, what a round, end of round coming out from Demas Force. 2v4 clutch. Beautifully done right at the end, especially from the Castle to hold it down as Kaid did what he could. He did get one, and then, what a beautiful, beautiful round coming out from them as round 3 is in play, and it is 2-0 in favor of Demas Force.
I mean, we've got to give it to the Castle. Really well played with the disadvantage in terms of man count as well. A 2 versus 4, not expecting Demas Force to make it out of there. They still did it. I've got to give it to them. This is exactly what I'm talking about. They've got each other's, they know each other's weak points. They know each other's strong points. They know exactly what they're doing. And that is what defines the team. I'm not able to see that yet in Rainbow Warriors, but I wouldn't want to count them out. Let's see what happens going ahead into this matchup. Cobra back on the... No, actually, it's going to be Cobra on the Jaeger instead of Sniper Want Candy. It looks like they just want a little change up in what they're trying to approach here. And I don't really blame them. We've got so much more coming in terms of the setup that they're trying to exhibit. The Vamai they've brought out with the shield, obviously, very obviously. I mean, at this point, yeah, there we go. Mute just to make sure you are denying so much more information. The drones will be having a little bit of an hard time, obviously, with the Thatcher into play. That'll be played by Skiffy this time around. Round 3 is already underway, and like I said, I'm not very confident about how Rainbow Warriors have started this out, and I wouldn't really blame them. You happen to start off on attack on a map like Theme Park. It is a little defender favored, honestly, but hey, it's been Demon's Force just making sure that they are able to make the best out of a situation you don't expect teams to. And hey, I think that's what deserves so much more. Plus, oh, all right, what a shot, Notorious. He's going to delete Ash Ventura out of this map. Good night, Ace. And that is going to be the first frag coming in from the man. Very interestingly so. What a shot coming in from him. We're seeing Cobra getting a little aggressive himself. He's trying to find a kill through the barricade, but just not yet. Not quite yet, at least for the moment. Meanwhile, the push-up from Spidey Time on the Hibana will be in. He's trying to find any strays here, but I don't think he knows there's a Jaeger waiting very patiently. Might as well walk into his gunfire. Oh, there you go, the Jaeger. He could go for the peek now. Cobra does not know he's suspecting somebody on the hatch, and there is, in fact, the Zofia. But there you go, the white peak is in, and that'll be Spidey Time doing that gunfight. Very well done for the Hibana. Very important kill. Notorious, meanwhile, is going to pop off. That's the second kill for the man, and there's a refrag that has turned this into the favor of Demon's Force. Tsukushima Goat getting that frag. So Cursive and Skiffy are all that is left. Skiffy trying to move up. He's got one of his men on the drone. He's taking shots, but he does not know from where. He's just going to have to fall back for the while, trying to find whoever was shooting him. I believe that is Notorious. I'm not sure. That is, in fact, the Vamai. Awfully close to this hallway. He's going to go for the peek. He might as well find his double kill that he wants to. Not will be Skiffy finding one, at least for now. He's not going to spot him. Yes, he will. He's going to get the triple. Notorious is on it for the 4K. Will he be able to find this or not? Cursive, very, very scared right now. Tries to go for the retrieval of the diffuser. But this will be the kill for the man. Notorious with the quad kill this round. And round 3 will be going to Demon's Force. Oh boy, what was that? What did we just get to see from the man? We'll be going quickly into the Act 5 in an instant replay to relive that moment. Oh boy, that was one huge 4K that he got for himself. Really well done. And I just cannot wait to see what more Demon's Force has for us in store.
Absolutely fantastic coming out right there from Demon's Force. Notorious, the man with the Wamai, absolutely shredding through Rainbow Warriors, not giving them an inch to settle into their attack. Everything ended on that second floor right there, and they couldn't even get close to sight. And now we're going to be heading back, actually, to second floor bunk and daycare once again, as we've got the 6 pick out of the Blackbeard into the Hibana from Dhanu. The second Heart Breacher comes out, and Spidey time, bringing in the Nomad. That's important right there because we've seen Demon's Force play confidently and committing to those flanks, those wide swings across doorways and across hallways, and you want to make sure that you shut them down as much as possible. Claymore's a good option, but a Nomad is an even better option in those situations because that is an active audio cue that you can use to reposition according to that to where you heard that audio cue come from. So bringing in the Nomad, a good choice coming in from Rainbow Warriors, definitely. And Demon's Force, they'll have seen that and they will be trying to play accordingly. They'll have to make sure that whichever doorway, whichever hallway they're trying to peek does not have an air jab on it. Because if it does, and if they get caught by that air jab, more likely than not, they will be getting taken off the board from an attacker instantly, at least within the next few seconds of that stun lock. Final bits and pieces of the defense are being put in as action phase is underway already. And we've got the Melusi once again coming out from Tsukushima Goat, an operator that we're going to have to keep our eyes on. Even though in these last couple of matches that we've had, these couple of match days, Melusi hasn't particularly been the frag operator, but mostly been just sitting back and supporting. Although, mind you, yesterday we had a 1v3 with Melusi in the very, very first match that Union Gaming had against LFO. That was a beautiful 1v3 that we got to see from Sandy. And who knows, we might get to see something similar today, or it could be Ace's turn to shine for his team. We'll find out in just a moment as now, there we go, yellow pings are coming out as shots are fired all over the place, attempting to get a wallbang right now. Both teams, many shots being traded, no bodies. No, there is a body being traded. That's Cursive. He's going to find the first one, and that is Tsukushima Goat off the board. That's a big one. The Melusi goes down, as I was talking about it, but will there be a second body drop? No, there won't be. The Bandit somehow makes it out alive, gives his position away, but there's Skeefy to find one more, and there goes another. The Wamayan Bandit have dropped as Cursive finds his second. Cobra goes down, and it's now Sapper, Run Candy, and Levi all left up to them in a 2v5 in a minute 40 of the clock. As shots are being fired, and there goes the Legion. Wallbang, potentially yellow pinged, and that is now all down to Sniper One Candy. 1v5, and he won't be finding anybody. A flawless run comes out from the Rainbow Warriors as Spidey Time will be the last one to get the kill, to get the final kill of the round, shutting down one of the more dangerous operators for the side of Demon's Force. What a round coming out from the side of Rainbow Warriors. Let's have a quick look at that in the Act Fibernet instant replay right here. It was quick to frags and quick to bodies dropping all over the place. The wall bang of the Legion especially, absolutely fantastic from the Rainbow Warriors. Very well done, as they have put a point on board for themselves on round 4 and will be heading into round 5, 3-1 in the scoreline.
Well, round 5 is underway, and finally Rainbow Warriors have put one round on board for themselves. 3-1 is indeed the scoreline. Let's see what round 5 brings us. It most definitely is going to be a little bit of a perplexing situation, because we just saw Rainbow Warriors frag Demon's Force out, all guns blazing, pushing side, making sure they only pick gunfights. They did not emphasize anything else except that. I mean, obviously drone work. They did get the information in first, knowing where to push, and once the push was in, boy oh boy did Demon's Force not survive that, because I was not expecting that coming in from what Demon's Force has presented themselves with so far. But going ahead, I'll be expecting a whole lot from Rainbow Warriors now that they've fueled my passion, or they've fueled that a little somewhere, that little part in me that, all right, Rainbow Warriors will be walking away with this victory. Let's see what happens going ahead on round 5.
10 seconds to insertion.
Very standard set of picks, but this time around, Spidey Time has brought up the Nomad quite interestingly. So, great operator pick, honestly. You want that to come out. We did see the heavy refract potential that Demon's Force is trying to bring out on board for themselves. And hey, just the way it is. You bring out a Nomad, and that flank potential will be at least minimized, at least controlled. Tsukushima Goat, no, that is Notorious, no, that is Tsukushima Goat, excuse me, I got a little confused between the Vamai and the Melusi. Yeah, that is going to be Tsukushima Goat. Bringing out the Melusi once again is just putting down all of his gadgets, just making sure that the attackers don't have a great time once they make it inside the map. Let's see what happens going ahead. Once again, the Notorious shield from Notorious themselves, and the push from Spidey Time will be in as well. Nomad, once again, an east side push from Rainbow Warriors. I'm not sure if this might be the similar emphasis that they want for themselves. The hatch once again being open, and quick to the trigger. More than that, quick in map control is what Rainbow Warriors has been so far, but the scoreboard begs to differ. Let's see what will happen going ahead. A few pre-fires being put from Skiffy. once again, map control is very great coming in from Rainbow Warriors, but they just don't have enough crossfires or enough timely pushes that they're just not able to make these round conversions happen. Levi will be playing all the way inside Cafe, and some very cheeky holes being established already. Take these gunfights, and the attackers, like I said, they're already starting to spot the gadgets and so much more utility that is being expelled to make sure that it becomes a living hell for the attackers once they move inside the map, and that is exactly what we see happening. Ashventura will be prone here. Oh, he almost missed the head. Could have continued peeking that for a second more, and he would have seen the peek from Sniper One Candy. This time around, the Rainbow Warriors are very good, a little more poised in terms of how they happen to be making this push. But it's still not over. 1 minute left, and the moment is now, because everything is heating up at this moment. They're getting the breaches done, and Sniper One Candy. No, that'll be Spidey time opening up on Levi, in fact. The Nomad, Tsukushima Goat is here to refrag. That is the Melusi. He wants to go wide about this, trying to find the second one. Just not yet, barely missing out on the Melusi, in fact. Tsukushima Goat with almost 1 HP is just going to fall back and on the side. The push from the attacker will be allowed, though. He's just going to claim yellow stairs very easily. So will he be able to find a frag or no? Oh, he's getting shot from the cheeky holes we just talked about. And Spidey time is just going to go prone, at least for the while. The push still stalled out from the side of them. Oh, what a shot from Skiffy. That was one hell of a shot. An amazing shot, in fact. Is going to dispatch Sniper One Candy. A 3 versus 4 now. Make that a 3 versus 3 because Dunno has gone down. I'm not sure where did that pre-fire come in from. The push-up will be noticed any moment. Now, Cursive, main hallway push is in. He wants to go for the revive, but he knows that he cannot. Cobra getting a frag on his Spidey time. It's all under Cursive and Skiffy now. 2 versus 3. Make that a 3 versus 2 because here's my man Skiffy to get a frag, but there's the refrag right back in from the Zofia. The Thatcher pushes in, but he won't be surviving this long as that will be Notorious' skill to finish it up. Or was that Tsukushima Goat? I'm not sure. But hey, in the end, what I know is Demus first took that away with some amazing crossfires. Once again, all they had to do was stay inside and wait for their enemies to walk in. And we'll be taking a quick look at that Act 5-minute instant replay here. Look at the end of the round. In fact, the most tense moment, the most heated moment that we did get to see here from the side of both these teams, it was obviously Demus Force towards the end of it that turned out to be the victor. But let's see, going ahead, a 4-1 scoreline. What will we be getting to see from Rainbow Warriors? Will they be able to stand up to their name? Will they be giving Demus Force a tough fight? Or will they just happen to get a little too oversaturated and let Demus Force walk away with this victory?
Well, right now, Demus Force is not only in the lead, they are very, very heavily in the lead. 3 whole rounds that Rainbow Warriors have to make up for. And mind you, this is, of course, a defender-sided map, a heavily defender-sided map. So, understandably so, Demus Force are in the lead for the time being. Even if Rainbow Warriors go 2-4 down into row swap, they can turn it around in row swap because they will be going to defense after that. However, mind you, knowing Demus Force, if they'll probably try to go into roll swap 5-1 and then take the game from there. So this round is going to be very important for both teams. The fate of this match effectively hinges on this round right now. Rainbow Warriors wins here, they have a very good chance of making a comeback. However, if Demus Force wins here, then it is more likely than not going to be their game from this point out. Speaking of things that have changed, of course, Cursive, we got to see him take a 6-pick out of a glass into the Ash. Unfortunately, I mean, a glass pick isn't really something we get to see in competitive Rainbow Six. Glass just is not one of those operators that you get to see a whole lot of when it comes to competitive R6. He just isn't there. He just isn't there at all. It kind of saddens me as I used to kind of main him way back in the day. But like many changes and many different operators, new metas and whatnot, later Glass just has fallen out of favor. Bullet hole peaks are being established, as are impact holes and rotates coming out from the side of Demus Force. They're finishing up their setup nice and quickly because they know that Rainbow Warriors will try to push in as aggressively as possible to try and throw Demus Force off yet again. They were able to do that a couple of times, and they won a round thanks to it back in round 4. But unfortunately, it's only that one round that they were able to win. After that, they weren't able to win a single round, no matter how close no matter how close they tried, and were able to bring the round count and body count too. EMPs are coming up from the Thatcher. Skeefy making sure that he has his teammates covered, especially Ace. In this case, Ace only. No Hibana coming out from the side of Rainbow Warriors either. They don't want to invest in double hard breach. They know for a fact that Nomad and Blackbeard have been working out for them, so they want to invest in these two operators instead, and Cursive bringing in the Ash for that required soft breach in place of the Zofia. Minute 50 on the clock as the sectoral push is slowly coming in. Rainbow Warriors a little bit more slower, a little more methodical today, as Impact Tricks are going to come out on site any second now. No, not quite. As shots are fired, and Spider-Cam's going to be one to start things off, taking down Levi. Big drop right there. The Vigil goes down, most likely on the second floor. Where was his body even? We can't even see it. Unfortunately for us, I mean, at the end of the day, he is down. Oh, there we go. We can see him on the rotate in security right there. Break room, excuse me. And yeah, that's an unfortunate place to fall, but he has fallen. He's out of the round for the time being. Soft breach being used to establish verticality right now as Selma breaches, excuse me, have been expended. But no, the hallway, you need to watch the hallway, Spidey time. Unfortunate for him, as Sniper and Candy and Tsukushima Goto are going to start things off for the side of Demon's Force, swing things around in their favor, 4 versus 3. And there's an air jab that I was talking about just a couple of rounds ago, and Sniper and Candy is going to go down. That's interesting right there, but there's another retaliation as Cursive will be taken down by Cobra. And oh, you chasing the diffuser, not under the eyes of the Legion, Notorious says, as he downs Skiffy, who was trying to go for it. And it's all down to Ash Ventura, the last man standing, quite literally, for the side of Rainbow Warriors. He hears somebody right above him. He sees the Malusi. Will he get the kill? Yes, he will. That shield in front of his face, saving him from getting taken out. But no, he peeked the wrong way and looked away at the wrong time, as Notorious, sitting on this angle, the same one that he used to take down Skiffy, is the one that he can use to take down the Blackbeard. Finish things off. Let's have a quick look at that in the Act 5 and insert replay right here. What a round coming out from Demon's Force, swinging things around very quickly and then keeping that momentum in their favor, retaliating for everybody dropped and making sure it stays that way. And what a round coming out from the side of Demon's Force. They continue their lead 5-1 going into round 7, ladies and gentlemen. And this is going to be a tough fight, even if they are on the defense, for Rainbow Warriors. We got the 6th pick coming out from Spidey Time out of the smoke into his SAS counterpart, the Mute, in round 7 right now, as Armory and Throne Room is the site of choice once again. No surprises right there. Throne Room is pretty much the safest defender site in the entirety of Theme Park right now, and that is what the side of Rainbow Warriors want to invest in this potential comeback that they could make. Mind you, Demon's Force are one single round away from winning, well, actually going to match point and then 1 round from winning. So 2 rounds away from winning it all and advancing in the qualifiers. But Rainbow Warriors, they don't want to give up yet, and they will not be giving up yet. They're going to be fighting tooth and nail for every single point, every single victory that they can get. Every small win over Demon's Force they get from this point onwards is going to contribute in them getting this match win. But it is a long road. They have to win 4 rounds back-to-back to equalize with DF, and then they can think about getting to match point. That is a lot that they have to do in order to give themselves an advantage, even a chance of an advantage. We've got the Bandit coming out this time from Ash Ventura, just for that extra bit of denial alongside the Mute, of course, because 4 Bandit batteries, unfortunately, cannot get 6 reinforced walls. That's why you want 1 Mute Jammer just in case. And I think there's 2 Mute Jammers on 2 reinforced segments there, so maybe they're saving those batteries for a potential Bandit trick. We've got the Ace and Ibana coming out from the side of Demon's Force. No damage taken from the spawn peak from Skeefy. Unfortunately, the T5 SMG will not connect onto any heads for the time being. As we've got the Blackbeard in play. We've seen Sniper One Candy play Blackbeard a million times before, and they are going to be bringing it out once again, as Means is one of the more divisive operators in Rainbow Six, but more on that in a different day. As right now, there's a Seeker coming out, shot out of midair. That's the Bandit going to be spotted, but no, he breaks Blackbeard's shield and a little bit of his HP bar in the progress. However, he's now going to be faced with 3 attackers in total right in front of him, and 1 more from the hallway make that, as there is Notorious with the drones coming in from his teammates to find the first one, taking out Ash Ventura. A big one, excuse me, a big drop indeed, as that is the abandoned roamer off the board. And oh boy, Notorious, he's pushing awfully close to side right now. He might be able to get a couple of kills from the position he's in the front lobby, as more shots are being fired, but not gonna find anybody just yet. No, Thunder's gonna go down instead. Snapper One Candy gets another kill, and that is gonna put Demon's Force even more firmly in the lead as shots are fired. That's the Malusi from inside of the split entryway of Throne and Armory. Still no bodies found. No Demon's Force bodies have been dropped yet. Hibana is busy opening up the hatches. That's Ace's Selma breaches will be coming out any second now, along with Levi. But no, there's the Mute trying to go for a flank, caught out in the flank watch from Cobra. And that's going to put the side of Rainbow Warriors even farther than disadvantage. But no, Skeefy peeks wide. He finds 1. Will he find 2? Not quite yet. He's had to pull back. Is the Blackbird going to be found? Yes, he is. Snapper on Kenny goes down. Skeefy finds another one. Notorious is that as well. It's suddenly a 2v2 down from a 2v5. And Demon's Force are collapsing slowly but surely, but Skeefy's taking some damage. He needs to reload the ace. He's only got 9 bullets, and he will do that with cover as Cursive and Skeefy. They're doing a great job, but they need to continue on this trend if they have any chance, want to have any chance of winning this round. Impact Tricks have denied the Hibana Excalibur spell. That's going to put a little bit more pressure on Demon's Force onto gaining entryway into side. Cobras on split. And now we've got Tsukishima Goat here on Yellow Corridor. He's anxious about getting in there. Cobra's anxious about getting in there, but they don't even have the diffuser. They're going to hear the pushes coming in. The ace is in. He's going to find one. That's a Jaeger down. Will he find the Malusi? Not quite yet. Shots are being fired, and Skeefy's dipping and dodging through everything. The plan is coming off from Cobra, and he does not have any throwables. He finds the second one. Skeefy will go down. And unfortunately for the side of Rainbow Warriors, the clutch was not to be. As you have a quick look at that in the Act Fibernet instant replay, ladies and gentlemen, right towards the end, it could have been a potential 2 versus 5 clutch, but it was not to be, as the ace was there to deny it all for them today. And they are now, that is Demon's Force, are now on match point 6, 1 up. And Rainbow Warriors are staring farther and farther down the depths of the barrel.
I mean, hey, this is exactly what I was scared of. Rainbow Warriors not being able to put up a fight that we're expecting them to. But I don't really blame them. It's Demon's Force. They've been at this back to back again and again. And just the way the bans have gone, the map selection, everything somehow happens to favor Demon's Force. One would say, I mean, the Blitz is banned, but hey, there's so much more that Demon's Force has been doing that we're not getting to see from Rainbow Warriors. Rainbow Warriors are rather a little too stalled out when they happen to be on attack, not able to get their stuff done right. And the last round was just unfortunate for them. Demon's Force just proved out to be the better team in the last round. That was a pure display of skill that we got to see, and there's just no contest to that. You cannot really. There's no counter argument to that thing. You just played well. Hey, so yeah. Going ahead, let's see what Rainbow Warriors have got for ourselves. Spidey Time will be employing the Vigil, and quite interestingly so. Let's see if he's able to bring out those influential, rather, frag-heavy players, or will this just be the Demon's Force round once again? And mind you, people, if Demon's Force happens to win this, they'll be winning this match with a scoreline of 7-1. That'll be quite the statement they're sending out on day 3 of the qualifiers itself already, being the tier 1 team in the past league. But coming down, speaking of which, will we see a potential comeback from Rainbow Warriors? I'm not sure if the boys have got themselves prepped or not, but hey, I really want them to make the comeback. And let's see, going ahead, will they be able to do that or not? Sniper One Candy, we've got ourselves, is going to be making the push once again with the Blackbeard. It looks like both these teams like to favor the Blackbeard quite a bit. And let's see, going ahead, what we'll be able to see from the side of Demon's Force. Just not enough work being done. We've got Kali this time around, and we've got the Kali, the Thatcher, the Ace, and the Hibana. All right, very interesting. We've got the Blackbeard, like we talked about before. Very interesting set of ops that you've got for yourselves. Demon's Force, Skippy, meanwhile, the Melusi. He's just trying to find any strays that he's able to, but Spidey Time The man I was talking about, he's got to pick up some frags, or else the entire point of being Vigil will be useless. But look at this. Skiffy already picks up a C4. I'm not sure where that was from. Maybe the throne room C4, maybe he's just above him. Right now it's just going to be Spidey time. Still holding back, and there's nobody from Demon's Force. Wait a minute, that's Notorious. He's coming up the hallway right about now, and he's got the diffuser along with him. If Spidey now manages to do some damage here, it could be huge. He's just going to cause some distraction, fall back for the moment. I'm not sure if that is what he's... Oh, what a shot from Danu. That is Levi deleted out of this game. A 3 versus 5 now, and look at this. Rainbow Warriors, somehow they're coming back into form. They're getting the composure right. They're trying to convert this into something useful for them. But there you go, Notorious is going to find a frag, at least on the Spidey Dam. That's your long-awaited kill that Demon's Force wanted to find. The Vigil being a pain in the back for them. Trying to get the room clear done. Finally, they'll be able to do that. 40 seconds left, not enough. I wouldn't say that's a whole lot of time for them to push onto side. 40 seconds, and you've got Cursive playing in a really cheeky spot. Look at this. Nobody will be expecting this the moment they happen to walk down split, but no, it'll be Sniper 1. Candy is going to meet his maker right now. It'll be Danu taking that kill, the double kill for the man this round. Tsukushima good going for the breach right now. He's just going to place those Selma charges and watch his back while Notorious will be on the hallway. He's going to catch a stray, and that is going to be Skiffy. Punished for that little aggression that he brought out, and there's the Jaeger peeking up. No, he's going to get the double for himself. That'll just be the one, and that's an important one for the while, as it leaves only Tsukushima good with only 10 seconds left. No diffuser in hand, and no life saved either, and that was one hell of a round from Rainbow Warriors. We'll be going to quick Act 5-minute instant replay and see what just happened there towards the end of the round. Quite the round for Rainbow Warriors, and hey, I wouldn't get too ahead of myself if the score is 6-2. The fight is not over yet. 4 more rounds to go. Let's see if the comeback is real from Rainbow Warriors, or it'll just be Demon's Force walking away with this victory.
Well, one thing's for sure, we've seen glimpses of what we saw in the last round. That is Rainbow Warriors being able to push back Demon's Force, outfrag them on multiple instances, and hold down the fort very, very well indeed. And they were able to do that perfectly this time around against the aggression that Demon's Force was trying to bring in. They read them like a book and countered and outplayed them perfectly in that particular round, and that now makes it 2-6 instead of 1-6 that it was just a round ago. However, it is still, as Foxy said, 4 more rounds to go for a comeback. And if they are able to make this comeback happen, then ladies and gentlemen, from 1-6 to 6-6, that will be a huge morale boost, and that will be a big deal breaker for Demon's Force. And they'll have to try and sort of pick themselves back up from that big drop in momentum, as we all know that we've seen at least a couple of 1-6 to 6-6 games before, on stream, off stream, you name it. And maybe seeing one more. We might have one on our hands tonight, right now, in this very first match. We'll find out in just a quick moment as the defensive setup is being slowly completed here on second floor bunk and daycare of round 9 coming out from Rainbow Warriors here. As they've got the Vigil in play once again from Spidey time. He did, he didn't exactly do a lot of fragging work in the last round, but he did distract the attackers quite a bit. Excuse me. He did distract the attackers quite a bit, and that is exactly what you want out of your roamers, and preferably a kill or two, but hey, even if you waste their time, that's still a job well done.
Reloading, cover me.
There we go. Looks like the defensive setup has been made. Rotations have been evened out as right now, of course, the ball is in Demon's Force's court. They've lost a round, and they need to win this one. They just need one. That's all they need. Just one. But mind you, just like I said before, that just one can prove to be a little too hot to handle. And even though Demon's Force is an experienced tier 1 team, oh no! As I was about to say, experienced team, they've made their mistakes in the past, and that is a big mistake from the Blackbeard, deciding to go right past the big open window. And now we've got the Dekebi being shot from below, barely avoids one impact. Will she be able to avoid another? I don't think the Vigil has any more impacts remaining. Levi, he's the man with the diffuser, all alone in cafeteria on second floor. I'm not too sure what his teammates are right now, but they need to convene with him quickly and give him some support because he's less than half HP and only 1 or 2 bullets are required from any defender gun right now to take him off the board. There you go. Just like I said, the shots are fired, and Notorious is going to be finding Skeefy. In the meanwhile, the Vigil was the one to down Dekebi, and looks like he has retreated for the time being. Levi will be revived and picks the diffuser back up. He's going to have to stay in cover a lot more than he would have liked to because of his low HP, as Cobra's going to find Danu. That's a big drop as well, but the Vigil's about to peek wide. He finds one, will he find two? No, he gets refragged onto instantly, as Notorious has a double kill for himself right now. 3 versus 2 between both teams. Cursive and Ashventure, the last people remaining. They have to hold this down as Notorious has been downed, leaving it an effective 2 versus 2 right now. There we go. Tsukishima Gold's going to go find Cursive, leaving it a 1v2, all down to the Legion. He was looking the wrong way, but barely survives. Not for long, though, as Cobra will be the one to find a Ashventure, and he'll be the one to take him off the board, finally giving Demon's Force the win that they needed. What a round coming out right at the end from Demon's Force, holding it down and holding down the fort, making sure that Rainbow Warriors do not at all have any chance of a comeback, as the match has ended, ladies and gentlemen, with 7-2 going to Demon's Force. His side, what a match coming out from them. 12 kills to Notorious as well. He did quite a lot of work, as did Skeefy and Spidey Time from the side of Rainbow Warriors. But at the end of the day, it was the confident aggression from Demon's Force that ended up winning the match. And more on that, of course, from our friend here, Baba Gusta at the analyst desk. Baba, the match, what a match indeed.
I mean, to be honest, Jack, I actually had some hopes for Rainbow Warriors that we actually did see some impressive, out of nowhere kills where, Blackbeard just instantly gets deleted from, I believe that was from Ash Ventura, who was playing as a particular operator there. I guess it is, yes. No, it was actually Skeefy who was playing as the Melusi. It was from the bunk room through to the windows of the upper arcade stairs window to get those perfect kills, even though they did had those important kills in the end. Tsukushima God was there to provide some carry with the team, and just like that, they instantly win it out. Really good. I do have to appreciate quite a lot from Team Rainbow Warriors, because if you see most of the time when they try to go for the attack-wise, Spidey Time always gets the early kills for around 3 to 4 matches, which is excellent. And then after, in the mid-round matches, when you start to open up the walls, you start to push in, you have all the smokes. From that specific moment, sometimes you do have a little bit of problems here, as we go back and relive the moment here and check out whatever a great amount of clips that we found out from the previous matchups, as we're going to be as I was talking from the previous matchups here, the first round, the bait from Skeefy, it was very beautifully done, but didn't work out quite well. And also, just as I was talking about, Team Park being also very defender favored map, especially on the site of first floor armory and throne room, that was a very good hold, to be honest, because you did not, no one actually did not expected that 2v4 clutch coming in from them. A very, very interesting clutch from Cobra and Levi, not even using any C4s. It was just pure gunplay. They outsmarted the opponents in such a great manner here, and there you go. We are back with the relive the moment here. What a great plays coming in from them, especially, yes, just as I was talking about, Cobra and Levi just clutched it out on a 2v4 situation from that excellent, round 2 there. And also, I do have to appreciate the great, attack on the side of Team Rainbow Warriors there. They did, however, eliminate those roamers in the first round, but unfortunately they didn't, get the time out there. But to be honest, though, that wasn't the only, defense where Demon's Force had a lot of problems with. Not Demon's Force. Rainbow Warriors had their problems on attack. It also goes back to, I believe that was from round 5, it was a slow push from Rainbow Warriors. They did get, however, the important breach. They did not get the control of the site yet again, with a great flank coming in from Tsushima Goat when those the Heart Breacher Ace was holding from the yellow stairs. He did not worried a lot from the hallway. He was more about focused on the breached wall of the armory, in which led to his demise. And what a wonderful plays coming in from Rainbow Warriors there. And it's actually not Rainbow Warriors, it was Demon's Force. But also, I do have to appreciate the best, attack that they did on round 4. Cursive and Skeefy, who was playing as the Thatcher on round 4. He was supporting, but instantly he just, changed the role from supporter to a fragger. Just like I was saying yet again, they did not use any utilities. They did not even use the Selma breach charges to open up the wall. They just instantly pushed in, gets each and every players on the side of Demon's Force, and they instantly eliminated all of them. It was, definitely a sight to see there, Jack. And no matter how many times we did see Demon's Force clutching out each and every time on defense, on attack, they did prove their worth. Rainbow Warriors, especially on first floor armory and throne room, where Demon's Force did, however, win on round 7, but in round 8 they quickly recovered it, backed up, and then in round 9 you actually get to see what happened on second floor initiation room. So all in all, well played from Demon's Force, and a really great effort from Team Rainbow Warriors.
Absolutely. Just like you said, Baba, it wasn't just because Rainbow Warriors only won 2 rounds in the entirety of this match. Doesn't mean that Demon's Force did not have their fair share of troubles. Rainbow Warriors, on more than one count, had Demon's Force up against the wall, and it was because Demon's Force were able to clutch as well as they did, that they managed to get out of those situations alive. I mean, pretty much that is why Demon's Force is the team that they are. It's because they are confident and they will get the job done no matter what. And that is what we got to see from them today, as they are the ones to win Theme Park 7-2. And they are going to be advancing, of course, into the later stages of the qualifiers. But more qualifier action is going to be coming our way in the next match that we have, ladies and gentlemen. And that match is Havocs versus Extremis Esports. We've already gotten the map data, and it is a Cafe Dostoevsky, a map we get to see quite a bit of in the South Asian circuit. And we'll be seeing a little bit more of that in just a quick moment. Havocs will be defending, and Extremis Esports will be attacking. And we'll be right back with that match in just a few minutes. Stay tuned. Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the WD BLACK Esports Club Pro League for Rainbow Six Siege, supported by Ubisoft and in association with Act Fibernet and AFK Gaming. I'm your host, Blackjack. Joining me is my co-host, Am Foxy, and our analyst, Baba Gusta, as we are here for the second match of Day 3 of Qualifiers on stream for all of our viewers at home to enjoy. And it is Extremis Esports versus Havocs, a match that I'm pretty sure a lot of our viewers have been waiting for a little while now, as all we're waiting for is the ready confirmation coming in from both teams, as they are all in the lobby, and the map in hand is Cafe Dostoyevsky. We're going back to the Russian map that we have seen so many times, and we're going to get to see one more time indeed, as this match should be a very, very exciting one. Wouldn't you agree, Foxy?
I'll have to agree with you on that. In fact, this might be the longest match we get to see in today's matchups, based off my experience. Havocs and Extremis happen to be on a very subpar level. You know, they both of them happen to be a little close to each other in terms of skill. And Havocs, I would say I had a lot of hopes from them. Happened to coming from the last league. I thought they would be the next Valiants, but looks like they can only be one of those. So there can only be one Valiant. So that being said, we'll be going into the match. Looks like we've got the ready confirmation in from the players, and we don't actually. Extremis needs just a second more, and we'll be going in with that in just a moment. So while we're at it, I'm very excited to see so many new names, so many changes that they've made. So let's not waste any more time and get into the match. It's going to be on Cafe. Team Extremis Esports versus Team Havocs. I cannot wait to cast this match with you, Blackjack. Let's not waste any more time. Get into this right away.
Absolutely well said right there, Fox. An exciting game coming up on our screens right now as we're here in the ban phase between Extremis Esports and Havocs on the map of Cafe. The CFSK Havocs are defending, of course, so they'll be the ones to have the first ban on the map, and the first attacker to be taken off the board is, in fact, Jackal. No big surprises right there. Jackal, we've seen him banned a million times at this point, and he will be banned one more time tonight, unfortunately for the big man. And another unfortunate blow, Extremis have lost Z Panda, as he seems to have had a little bit of a disconnect. Thatcher will be banned in the meanwhile. That's another standard ban coming out from the side of Extremis. No big surprises right here in the attackers' bans, as Jackal and Thatcher, well, it's I mean, at this point, we don't really need to say too much on why these two have been banned. They are just that influential and that annoying to go up against for defenders. Going on to the defender bans, we're going to see a Mira ban, and Mira on Cafe is actually a very strong operator, and that is why she will be taken off the board nice and quickly to make sure that there are no issues, especially on that third floor. That third floor push, not to mention the Valkyrie ban coming out from Havocs, denying themselves and Extremis' eventual stint on defense intel. That's what really matters right here. Let's not fool ourselves, ladies and gentlemen. Intel is king in Rainbow Six Siege, and that just goes without saying, as the ban phase has been dealt with, and Jackal, Thatcher, Mira, and Valkyrie are the bans on this map. Speaking of this map, let's have a quick look at the rosters that are going to be playing for both teams. From the side of Extremis Esports, we've got Psycho, Vortex, Round, Gypsy, and Z Panda. And from the side of Havocs, we've got Lynch, Teddy Oi, I have no idea. Arf, I guess that's Arf. I'm not sure how to pronounce that name, ladies and gentlemen. We'll work on that in a bit. Nifty and Dead Inside. Okay, yeah, that's Dead Inside. Okay, that's actually pretty smart use of letters right there. I was not ready for that. But anyway, that is both the rosters that we have, and we are going to be moving into the match nice and quickly as round one is underway on a third floor bar. No surprises right there as well. Fairly standard stuff coming out from both these teams, as is to be expected. It is a qualifiers game after all. You know, you want to start slow, you want to start comfortable, and then you try and pull out the big stuff. That is what we are waiting to see, just waiting in the wings for those little bits and pieces to come out from the side of both of these teams right now. We've got the dark spot being set up with a bandit battery from Nifty to boot. That is going to be That is going to be Dead and Sid's spot, of course. He's the Wamai in this situation. Curiously enough, Wamai not banned on Cafe. That's going to be interesting because we do know exactly how powerful Wamai is on Cafe Dostoevsky. We got to see a Wamai ban on Cafe, in fact, yesterday. That was, I believe, if I have a quick look at my notes here, the last match between Vanquish Paradox Gaming and Espada, where the Wamai was one of the defender bans, alongside, of course, Mira. That changed the map up quite a lot, and Melusi had to be dependent on pretty heavily from the side of the defending team. Both defending teams, for that matter. So it's going to be interesting to see how this, the inclusion of Wamai changes things, and whether or not Melusi will even be brought into play as a change-up to the standard tactics that we have in this match. Right now, we've got the rappel coming into the whiskey window of Piano as Z-Panda is going to drop into red stairs, try and find somebody in Cubby. Will not just yet. There is somebody there, mind you. That is the Mozzie Terrier. His position's been given away, but he's going to go for it and unload a lot of bullets into the stairs and not the Ash's head, as he'll be taken down by Vortex, who was on the rappel, waiting for the Mozzie to make a mistake, and the mistake he did make. That is one man down for Havocs, very unfortunately, as we have Lynch trying to go for a run out from first floor bar and lounge area. There we go. Another yellow ping goes out on Nifty's location. He's going to have to reposition himself right underneath Heaven Hatch and hold from that location as more drones are spotting more defenders and their utilities, making it harder and harder for Havocs to hold down this position that they have for themselves right now. There we go, the push is in, the bandit batteries and utilities are being taken out. That is the Ash and the IQ inside of Piano. They know where this one is playing, and Dedenson is going to have a little bit of trouble, but he's going to push up instead. Find one, will he find two? No, that unfortunately, that second peek was ill-advised, and he'll be taken out the board for his transgression, as the Panda once again has had a little bit of a disconnect from the side of Havocs. Very unfortunate for his team, but no massive loss, so to speak. I believe, yeah, he was the Ash. He was unfortunately taken out, so he has time to have a reconnect nice and quickly, as 4 versus 3 has been established. Ace's summer breaches are going off on the map. The plant spots are slowly being cleared by extremists. They want to get in. They want to get the plant off, and with only 3 defenders remaining, it looks possible, but they have to be careful of Nifty, who is still down below, and he's a bandit with a C4 as far as I'm aware. And of course, we still have the smoke playing with those gas canisters. There we go. Speaking of which, one's going to go out, deny some area for the side of the attack, especially the area that was just opened up on Piano, because they know that that is a potential plant spot. But Ace is going to go for it anyway. Psycho, she knows, excuse me, that she's going to have to go for the plant. And there we go. Plant's coming off. Vortex is going to find one. Lynch goes down. The plant is still going off. It's not going to be denied, is it? No, it won't, but a kill will be confirmed as the SMG-11 comes out from the smoke. The shotgun is out now. Will he find one more? Not quite yet. SMG comes out. Shotgun comes out. He's going to find one more. It's now a 2v2, down from a 2v4 that it was just a second ago, but it's a post-plant situation, and the defenders have to work quickly if they want to find these last 2 attackers. They're in good positions. They know where the defenders are coming from. The smoke goes down, and he's out of the board. It's a 1v2, all down to Nifty, and he will not be able to make a clutch happen. Gypsy will shut him down before he can do too much, and that is round 1 going in favor of Extremis. Beautifully done, even if their attack looked like it was on the verge of collapse in the middle there, as we have a look at that in the Act Fibernet instant replay. The smoke doing so much work. Unfortunately for him, it wasn't enough. He got taken down, and Nifty was not up to the task, at least in this round, to finish it off and cinch it for his team. We're going to be going into round 2 nice and quickly, as the site, of course, will to 3rd floor bar. As the defenders did lose, they're going to have to go back to that side again. They'll be trying, but Havocs, they have to be careful. They don't want to make too many mistakes, and they don't want to repeat those mistakes, because otherwise they'll be taken down again. Extremists will punish them for that, as we have a 6-pick out of the Mozzie into the mute, and round 2 is underway.
A great start, in fact, for Team Extremis Esports. A good beginning. They almost happened to lose the round with that smoke trying to pull off a play, and it was a great attempt from him as well, but just not enough to convert that into something useful, not emerging victorious in the end. And hey, that's what that is all that matters. And huge props to Extremis Esports, able to put the first round in, and more importantly, able to get the first attacking round on a map like Cafe, and really well done. They happen to be on a site that happens to be on Cocktail, so Coming back to Havocs though, this Havocs that I'm getting to see here, a huge difference in the roster that I got to see in the last time around. Nifty and I'm not sure how I'm supposed to pronounce the Smoke's name. We've got Dead and Sid as well. So Lynch and Teddy are the only ones who happen to be from the former team. And hey man, I don't really blame them. Looks like they needed a roster change. Looks let's see if this roster happens to give them they happen to make quite a lot of noise in the last league, and let's see if they'll be able to do that, excuse me, this time around as well or not. I got Psycho just chilling at this point. She'll be making her way up top. She'll be playing the ace as well, and that is the only hard breacher, people. Nothing else that we're going to see from the side of Extremis Esports being employed. Great stuff from Extremis is that they are happening to bring out so much more utility burn. They're just making sure that everything is being taken care of. Everything is being accounted for, at least for the while. Let's see going ahead if we'll be getting to see more of that or not into this match. The Nomad just dropping one of her charges. We've got Gypsy on the sledge as well. He's just going to be pushing up for the while. Awfully close as well. The Vomai though is the one who will be picking that fight. It'll be Nifty. Oh, that'll be Melusi. In fact, the Vomai is actually all the way back. Just these little locos that happen to get me confused. Though only the blue that I can spot on C4 is going to claim the life of Vortex. Was not expecting that. That's a very ill-advised position to go onto the drone on. But hey, I won't really blame him. Let's see what more damage the Melusi can pull off, happening to stay in a really cheeky spot. The ace finally getting the breaches done. That's a nice angle being open for the man as well. But will he be able to find something useful from this or not? A very obvious peak hole will get noticed. That's why he's just gonna create a few more. Meanwhile, the push from the attackers is still happening. So we're gonna convert this. No, there's the Melusi once again. He's gonna get the second frag for himself. Tries to get the third. Oh, almost misses. He's still gonna do a lot of damage though. Does push back Z Panda quite a bit. Will he be able to make this push? Will he be able to get that kill onto Melusi? He's got some help coming in from the Mai as well. And the one-man army show that I'm getting to see here. Oh, look at that. He could have gotten that kill as well, but the Nomad somehow wins it. And that'll be round getting that frag onto Nifty. A 3 versus 4. I'm still seeing a lot of utility being expelled, but just not enough to shake the Vamai back. And finally, they're going to do that. The Vamai falls back just a little bit. Dead inside. Trying to find somebody here. Same cheeky angle being used, a very small angle that he happens to be try and convert on. It's just not able to yet. Let's see going ahead. Will he be able to do that? Dead and said, as I said, he's gonna find that kill. Z Panda takes the fall. A 2 versus 3 established, not in the favor of the attackers. Round making the push around the same white hallway. And there you go, the ace trying to get the breach. And what a shot from Round, a really good headshot. Expecting that the pre-fire coming in as well. A 2 versus 2, they could still make this happen. Will they be able to or not is the real question. Diffuser in the hands of Psycho. She could go for the plant. There's one of the defenders offside. Or Round has made the push. He might as well be able to make this into something useful. He does not know where he's coming up from. The Jaeger does get spotted, but there's somebody else he's got to worry about, and he won't be able to get it. That was so close. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Havocs almost happening to walk away that one. Oh boy, that was a close round. We'll be quickly going into the instant replay for that and take a look at what just happened in that round towards the end there.
Oh my me, the mad scramble coming out right towards the end from both teams as the Smoke rushed to try and deny the plant, and the Nomad, she had to rush to try and get the kill before the plant could be denied. Unfortunately, it didn't quite work out because the AR6, of course, it only has so many bullets, had to pull out the Magnum but could not connect the shots in time, and that is why we got to see the plant denial coming out from the Smoke right at the end. Teddy Oi with the 6-pick this time out of the Mozzie into the mute, as third floor bar has been won by the attackers, defenders, meaning they can switch it up, and they are going to switch it up by going to second floor reading right off the bat. Not first floor kitchen, mind you, which is pretty much top site alongside third floor bar. They're going to go into reading the site that is actually quite defendable and a little tough for the attackers. It's more of a vertical site per se, especially around that cocktail lounge area that both teams will have to be very, very careful on. There we go, the Smoke just putting down the shield, making sure that Dark Spot has its coverage, making those rotates as well. That SAS shotgun, beautiful for both making rotates and for taking operators and just deleting them off the map. It's one of the most fun shotguns in the game as well. As we've got the setup, we can see the castle barricades going up. Oh, bandit, excuse me right there. Nifty. Wanted to make an exit out of that room. Nearly got denied by Dead and Sid, but, I was able to get through. He was allowed access right at the end as Lynch. He was going to reinforce a little bit on White Corridor, take out a pot for whatever reason, and just hang around. A C4 comes out. Oh, that's a big C4 early, but no, that's not going to find anybody. Nifty, he tried to go for a big play once again. His C4 in the last round, we saw what it did to the attacker repelling on Piano. He tried to do that this time on Skylight, was not able to. He's just going to make a quick rotate into Cocktail, Balcony, and Lounge, and just sit around silently waiting for his turn to find some attacker heads. He might find one soon. His Vortex very close on red stairs right now, alongside the Ash, of course. As Z Panda is being requested to breach into Piano, he's just going to hold down the angle on Dark Spot. As there is one playing Dark Spot, mind you, that seems to be Lynch the Jaeger just on the door. It is, in fact. And he's going to peek it any second now. He might find one. Not quite yet. Will he find him? No. He's trying to quick peek this. Not going to find anybody. The IQ's crept up very, very close. He hears that through that hole in the wall. But the IQ comes in, tries to peek, does a lot of damage. And Lynch, he manages to escape that, but only to be taken down through the wall. He tried to crawl away and just barely managed to. But unfortunately, his position was more than compromised as he was taken off the board. Buck with the skeleton key opening up very close to Nifty right now. Do they know where Nifty is? They don't. The IQ goes down. That's very unfortunate for the attackers, losing their German attacker in a very unfortunate manner. As now Bandit's position has been given away. There's going to be a push from the Ash, and oh, Nifty didn't need to look away right there. Oh, he tried to go for a lucky wallbang, excuse me. Fortunately, was not able to find a head. 3 versus 4 once again. Havoc's looking a little worse for wear right now, but they've wasted a lot of time and even taken a body from Extremis' attack, which could work out for them. However, they've lost 2 in the counterfire, and that's not exactly a good position to be in. Look at this angle being used by Dead and Sid. He knows that there's going to be somebody coming down white stairs in a potential flank watch, while verticality is established by Extremis. But looks like Extremis aren't even going to try and attempt white stairs. They might try and attempt reading room. Oh, the double take from Ash as Z Panda, he walked right by that vertical line of sight, but then did a double take, went back to peek. I was like, wait a minute, that's a smoke. Took him off the board as well. That's unfortunate for the side of Havocs, but now time is what really matters here. This 2v4 can be clutched because there's only 8 seconds remaining. Dead and Sid and Teddy, they have to deny the plant. They know what's going off. Will they be able to know? They won't. The mute goes down. The plant will happen at this rate. And Dead and Sid, he did find one. Z Panda goes down, but the plant has happened as well in the meanwhile. There's an attacker sitting above. There is the ace on the diffuser. That's Psycho. She's not going to let the clutch happen. And Dead and Sid goes down as round 3 is going to be confirmed for Extremis Esports on second floor reading. Unfortunately for Havocs, they lost too many bodies for even the timer to help them in that situation, and that is why they are 2-1 up on round 4.
I've got to give them that. Just could not deny the plant, and I wouldn't really blame them. They did not exactly have any advantage whatsoever, and the most important fact being they did not have the man advantage. So, hey, they just had to walk away with that situation. It'll be Extremis Esports once again putting another round on board. 2-1 is going to be the scoreline. Let's see going ahead what we'll be getting to see from them. Round 4 is indeed underway. Melosi once again being employed. We'll be seeing the ace come out as well. I really like the emphasis that we happen to see the operators bring out in the meta. We'll be seeing Melosi once again doing what she does best. All of those traps will be placed to perfection. We've got Nifty on the bandit as well. Let's see what he's got in store for us. Lynch with the Maestro is just going to make sure all of that is placed well and good. Teddy, he's just brought up the castle barricades and obviously his deployable camps. A great sovereign potential I'm getting to see from Extremis Esports, and I can only understand why they would bring that. So, hey, you've got so much more than just happening to hold on the site. You've got the soft breach. You can make sure that you come out on top, get the breaches done, and use the vertical play to your advantage. And that's the way you happen to play on, at least on a standard day. That's how Kitchen happens to be played. Let's see what Extremis Esports will bring out for themselves going ahead into this match. Gypsy We've got him playing the bucket, like I said, huge emphasis in terms of how they have the soft reach potential for themselves here. Psycho will not be, we don't see the bakery push coming out from the side of Extremists. They want to employ so much more into covering the top floor, or at least the roam clear, that is. Getting the map control done, I wouldn't really blame them. That's the best thing to do. In fact, I happen to be on attack, but I might not be able to place my bets correctly because you've got so many roamers here, at least 2 of them right now, Nifty and Dead Insert. They might as well be able to pick a few kills here, and they'll be doing more than just damage. It'll be a huge play, a substantial play, in fact, if they happen to pull this off. The GSG9 brothers, let's see if they'll be able to do that or not. That question is still yet to be answered. The drones does spot the Jaeger. I don't think he knows there's somebody up white. No, the information does get traded off from Nifty. He's going to take a few shots. He's going to fall back. And Dead Inside has actually lost his life. And that means Nifty's going to have to fall back himself. Just cannot take those engagements. Trying to be as careful as he can be. And right now, just going to hold on inside the dining area. Drone work still being done from Extremist Esports. Really well done. Really meticulous in terms of how they want to make this a clean cover, and more than that, the map control they want to gain. I still got to be worried of this bandit though. Nifty trying to make his way through train and museum. He'll be caught here, and yes, he will be. That is a perfect flank watch from Psycho, I believe that was. Really well done from the ace. It's not just the breaches you have to bring in. You've got to make sure all of this is done as well. Great emphasis from Extremist Esports. Very methodical the way they've been doing this. 1 minute left, and now they've got to beat the timer. They've got to make sure they get the breaches done. More importantly, get the plan down, or at least kill the rest of the players on the side of Havocs. So I'll be watching this quick peek coming in from Melusi. Wants to go for this white peek. It'll be the Maestro is just going to hold on with this Alda on the side of Prep Room, quite interestingly so. Teddy Oi inside code check. He's got a nice angle, a long angle in fact. Anybody tries to take control, but I'm not sure what they're trying to establish with this crossfire, because there's only one way they can come out of this, and it'll be useful for them. Hey, only time could tell that'll be the case or not. Finally, the push will be happening from the attackers. They've got the hatch open as well. They want to go in for this push, but they're just not sure. And there you go. Another body gets dropped from Gypsy. He's going to find the Melusi, was playing deep inside Coffee. Teddy is still outside side, and there you go. The Maestro is already picking up so much damage. Lynch has got to be very careful. The plan is going down from Psycho. That'll be Teddy to get a frag, a forces to. But is this useful? Lynch has got to go on his camps. He's got to deny the plan, but he does not know where that is going down, and the plan will be successful. We've got Teddy a 1 versus 4. Oh, he's not going to survive. He even one man, he's going to get taken out. The moment he walks over that, it's all under Lynch. My man's going to find a frag. That's going to be the Alda. Actually, he's out of bullets on the Alda, surprisingly so. And trying to find one more frag. He won't be able to. The vertical play is in, like I said in the beginning of the round, and that'll be Extremist Esports putting another round on board for themselves, as we'll be taking a quick look at that in the instant replay. Look at that, Gypsy just getting that frag in. So quite the play from the scene that we're getting to see. 3-1 is indeed going to be the scoreline, and round 5 will be underway. Let's see what Havocs has on board for themselves, or this is just turning out to be a bad day for them.
Havocs have not had a good day, that is for sure, ladies and gentlemen. Even in that last round where they might have been able to play time, they just keep losing bodies and aren't able to refrag on time, especially when they need to. As a team, when you're in these situations, you want to make sure that your refrag game is on point. Unfortunately for Havocs, it is not, as we're going to be going into third floor bar, and cocktail lounge here on round 5. And yeah, just overall, they have not had a good time, and Extremists have been more than punishing in finding Havocs' mistakes and executing on them. It's just been that one ill-advised peak, that one push they didn't need to make, that one position that just was wrong. Just those little things that keep adding up for Havocs right now, and they need to rectify these mistakes as quickly as they can. Otherwise, they will not get out of this match alive. Yeah, not in the good sense anyway. Right now, as we are approaching the action phase of round Round 5 here, we have once again the Wamai being employed alongside the Jaeger in Dark Spot, but the Melusi has been brought in. Terioy is bringing in our newest addition to competitive Rainbow Six, and she's going to be a little bit of a pain in the backside for the attackers. They're going to have to be careful on those Banshees, just as the defenders have to be careful on those Summer Breaches. Hello, Lynch and Nifty. Both of them are very low already. It looks like that may have been out of a big pre-fire that Z-Panda did on that red stairs window on second floor. Potentially, although, you know, we didn't quite get to see it. We got to see the pre-fire, but then we saw Nifty and Lynch's health go down. So regardless, both of them low on HP. They'll have to be careful, especially Lynch, on the kind of gunfights that they take, that he takes more specifically. Because at this point, one bullet from most ARs is going to finish him off, at least put him in a DBNO state. Oh dear, Gypsy. He's standing still. Very still right now. Nope, he's still here. I think he just had to take his hands off the keyboard for a quick second, and he's back. No disconnections here, as Wama Magnets are being spotted by the Ping 2.0 system for the attackers right now. They know where these pieces are, these pieces of defender utility, and that's a good use of the Ash Charge right there. That little strip of soft wall on top of the reinforcement, making sure to use that angle to their advantage. But the IQ will be spotted. Nifty once again playing around piano, doing his work and doing a lot of it. Round is going to find Terioy in retaliation. The Melusi goes down and will be taken off the board for the remainder of this match. The Ash peaks. Oh, that's just the drone though, not the Ash's head. Not quite yet. She has been spotted on the red stairs though. Z-Panda, he's got to be careful on that. As C4, that I don't think that throw is gonna make it though. Even if he throws it from here, Nifty, he's gonna have to really pray to the Siege RNG gods for that. And he's just holding it. He knows he has to wait for the entry as the flashbangs are coming in, but that one's been caught by the Wamai Magnet. Lynch is gonna find Gypsy in the meanwhile from the red stairs, jumps down and books it down to keep himself alive. And a C4 comes out from Nifty, beautifully done. As the double kill comes out for the Mute, and along with the Jaeger, of course, he's done a lot of damage, but he's gonna be finally shut down. It's Round and Psycho, the last two remaining. Round was the one to take that kill, and it's now a 2v3, and he's gonna find another one. Wamai on Dark Spot, unfortunately a little too exposed where he was sitting behind that shield and was taken off the board. 2 versus 2 right now. This is a potential clutch we're looking at from Extremis Esports, who are not willing to give up, not in the slightest, as now less than 30 seconds remain. They have to push and they have to get the plant off, but the smoke is still alive. There we go. Perfectly predicted gas grenade, doing a bit of damage to Round as well. But the Ace is going to push through. No headshots connecting the SMG-11's recoil. A little too much for the smoke right now, as he'll be spotted by the Nomad and taken off the board. Ace can go for the plant right now, as the last one remaining will be taken down as well. Round, he doesn't need the plant to go off. It's an ace for him, as the man comes in and shuts down the side of Havoc's defense completely. What a beautiful play from the man, as we get to see that in the Act Fibernet instant replay, ladies and gentlemen. What a round coming out from the Nomad. Absolutely stunning with the ace right here to continue Extremis' domination of Cafe Dostoevsky, as we're going to head back to third floor bar and cocktail lounge on round 6, the last round before roll swap.
That was one hell of a play from the Nomad. I was not expecting that from Round, and looks like the addition of Round into the roster of Extremis is really working out for them. Perfectly done, Round. That was one hell of a round. I've got to say, I'm sorry I cannot stop myself from making the pun, but hey, that was a nice round. And indeed, that was a great one. Going ahead, looks like Havoc wants to employ a little more. I think they're getting a little ecstatic. They're losing the composure, want to go a little more frag heavy. The change of that I'm getting to see from them is just not enough. That is just not able to put them up on board. Extremis Esports making the best of the situations that they have for themselves. Great early aggression coming in from the defense, but just not enough to tear through what Extremis Esports try to bring on for themselves. Let's see going ahead what we'll be getting to see going ahead into this match. Obviously, round 6 that is underway, and hey, this is the last round before the roll swap. Just the barricades opening up. Nifty is going to make sure that he scares off his fellow attackers just a little bit. They'll maybe employ a little bit of time. It looks like Dead said has taken some damage from his teammate. The smoke, that is, because there's no way he would have taken damage in the prep phase other than that. I've got Psycho once again playing the very trusty, very reliable ace, while the aggression from the Jaeger here, that could be huge. There's going to be Lynch, who's playing really down to the hatch. Oh, there you go. He does hear somebody creeping up to the hatch. He's just going to try and land a few shots. Does not convert that whatsoever. He's going to have to fall back. Teddy Oi this time around, along with the man Jaeger. Teddy Oi finally falling back. Dead instead. And Teddy Oi kind of almost playing the same position that they are already. We'll be seeing a change up in the shield placement while Lynch is still held down in a very cheeky position. Gypsy on the drone is just going to make sure he gets himself whatever is necessary. Nomad, the round, all eyes on him. The man has got himself an ace the last round. Will he be able to have such a huge substantial play this time around as well? No, the wrong flash comes in from the man himself. Tries to throw in another one, but there's the my charges that are catching off the flashes. I've got so much more that the Buck can do, trying to find an angle here. Gypsy, that is. He's doing the best that he can, but the angle happens to be just a little above him, or maybe below him if you look at it from the other way. And it'll be a push in, a push out, in fact, a run out from the Jaeger. That was very well expected from Z Panda. He caught him out, made sure that he is not allowed to rotate or maybe even not walk away with a potential fragger. So, Nifty waiting to go for a run out himself. Will he be able to do that? Will he get caught out? We've seen them employ so much more utility, at least so much more man count, that is Team Extremis, into watching their flanks. 1 minute left and the push will be happening. We still see Z Panda, the man himself, is just going to make sure the flanks are being watched while the push from round is in. Vortex is going to lose his life. That was from the Melusi. Teddy Oi getting a little aggressive. He wants these frags and he wants them now. Pre-fast coming in on the red stairs, but there's somebody else below the red stairs, and that'll be the Vigil. Looks like he's not gone for the run out. He's scared to break that drone, but I don't think he knows there's so many people waiting for him on the top of the piano, at least the piano cigar room. The push-up will be in now. Oh, a nice pre-fire, but that does not connect whatsoever. Oh boy. That was so many shots missed from Dead Instead. Trying to find one. Yes, he will. That's the headshot onto Z Panda. Very well done, and that's the double kill for the man. That's huge for Team Havocs right now, and there goes round once again popping off. He's gonna find a frag, but that's just not enough to equalize this into a man count. A 2 versus 3 push-up will be in. Psycho gets another frag. A 2 versus 2 make this once again, as this is turning out to be Extremis Esports' show once again all over, just like we did see in the last round happen. 8 seconds left. There comes another kill from round. Will he get the third one? No, he gets refrag. Does the plan go off? There's only 4 seconds. He's got to find him. He's just hiding. Psycho, go for it. The pistol is out, but she won't be able to convert it right in time. Almost getting that round in. And Havocs will protect the bombs, all by the hands of the Vigil. Boy, oh boy, that was one hell of a round, and very close for the side of Havocs. If that Vigil managed to peek his head out just a little bit, that could have been another round. Extremis Esports happened to make it out of there. Huge ups to Nifty for making sure he gets that clutch in for himself. And really well done. And that round was something to start off this match of 4-2. And we'll be going with the role swap in round 7 with Team Extremis in the lead.
Well, can I just say that was the most high-stakes game of 1v1 that we have seen in today's matches, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my me, I believe the ace was actually caught. Psycho, that is. She was caught in a Melusi Banshee right at the end there, which was unfortunately one of the things that contributed to Extremis losing that round. They had it all. If Round hadn't lost his life right there, he would have managed to probably win it out once again for his team. But he was taken down, and the Vigil hit just in the nick of time to stay and to stay alive, and that is what they really needed, because with the Vigil in that close proximity, there was no conceivable way that Psycho would have gotten away for the plant. So, oh boy, that was one big scramble. These two teams have been scrambling for the wins, and they've been getting them slowly but surely. Havocs, with that win, going into roll stop on attack, they will be looking to use that bit of momentum and morale boost that they get out of that to continue winning rounds. That's what they need to do, continue to win rounds here. That's what they're going to be looking to do right now on the attack. Excuse me right there. However, Extremis on the defense are still in the lead by 2 whole rounds. That's quite a bit. You know, it's not an insane amount like 4 or 5 rounds, but 2 rounds is still a big lead to have in this situation. On roll swap, 4-2, not bad, but Vortex, hello. He's going to find Nifty, start things off big as, was that on brown stairs? Yes, that was from the looks of things. Vortex just sitting up on balcony here. the bar balcony, or heaven, as I like to call it. Finding a kill, excuse me, right there. And a big kill, that is the Ash off the board, and there we go, Excalibur pellets are being denied as well. No use of the Ace coming out from Havoc's, interestingly enough. Looks like their first rounds, in their first rounds of either attack or defense, they don't really want to invest in Ace or Melusi just yet. They want to try the old faithful and see if they can get away with it. Another set of Excaliburs are going to be detonated right now, and TEC will be able to get away with this one. There was nobody to deny it for now, and that is a piano breach done for the side of the attack. We've got Gypsy in the meanwhile holding it down right here on piano. Dark Spot with a Vulcan shield. That's very risky right there. But still, he's got 2 ADSs and plenty of his own magnets to go through for the attackers. And oh, hello there. That's a big drop. That's the pistol from the IQ onto Z Panda. The Maestro goes down. That's big right there, because the Maestro, when it comes to plant denial, we all know how strong he can be. And he's off the board. This peak on Whiskey Window right now. Dead Inside's got to be careful of this, because, well, he can be taken out very easily if he's not careful from a Brave peak from Gypsy, mind you. As right now it's a 4 vs 4. Man count is equalized, but time is not. Havoc has to slowly start making the push happen. As Dead Inside, he's going to take some damage, but TEC is going to find Psycho in the meanwhile. Another one goes down. That's the Goyo, and there's the IQ from below trying to find any remaining utilities that she can take out by herself. Nothing to see here, as Gypsy's taking a lot more damage as well. Extremists on the defense seem to be a little shaky right now, as Dark Spot, it's not compromised per se, but Gypsy is low on HP, meaning he cannot go for these gunfights. It's going to be up to the smoke, and he's trying to do it, but round, he can only do so much with the SMG-11 in hand. Barbed wires are being broken, pushes in, oh, some damage done, but not enough. TEC knows that this angle is being held by Jaeger right now. Vortex, he's trying to do what he can. 20 seconds remain, and now the plant has to go off. TEC, he knows this. He's got to get in there, as gas canisters are going off, denying area, but Dead Inside's going to find Gypsy in the meanwhile. 2 vs 4, 10 seconds remaining. Where is the plant? It's not here yet. Jaeger goes down, and so does Smoke. Round, he managed to find Lynch, but Dead Inside came around and took him off the board as well. There was only so much he could do sitting inside of that, of Cold Room right there, and unfortunately for him, well, what he could do was not enough, as that round was won, and now round 8. We are 4-3 up on the scoreboard between both teams. It is still the lead, for the side of Extremists, but it's only 1 round, and it could be equalized any second now.
It looks like we're getting to see the side of both these teams that I was talking about before starting the match. 4-3, a very good scoreline, 1 round away for Havocs to bring this in as the equalizer as well. The real question right now is, will they be able to do that or not? So far, every single round it's coming down awfully close, but Havocs is looking very strong since the role swap. They're looking very confident in terms of how they want to approach this map. Let's see if they'll be able to convert that something useful or not. Once again, a repeat telecast of what we got to see when Havocs was on defense. They happened to play Cocktail, lost the first round, and repeated the same side again. That's what we're going to see from the side of Extremist Esports as well. They want to make sure they bring this out. They want to win here, because then he'll be having us in the liberty of going back down onto the basement kitchen. But you always want to select that side. That is, if not one of the best sites you can have in this map. I think me and Blackjack have said that for 5 months in consecution now. But hey, coming back to this match. The match will be underway. Gypsy is going to be running the Womai, and looks like a lot of hopes on Gypsy. So many supporters for the man. Let's see if he'll be able to stand up to those expectations or not. A quick look at the scoreboard as well. Round with that ace, he's definitely put himself up on this 13 frag kill game. Let's see if that kill game turns out to be useful, because hey, in the end, no matter how many frags you get, you've got to win the match. If you don't win the match, it's all for nothing. Let's see if that's going to be the case or not. A push-up will be in from Vortex. He's trying to find somebody rappelling, but he won't be able to do that. Just going to fall back around with his shield. Holding down. I like the emphasis of the shields. You've got one on the white stairs, holding down the long angle all the way on the Cigar. abandoning Cigar completely. We don't see a huge emphasis in terms of utility, except for what we do see the standard stuff with the Goyo shield coming out. The Mumai could fall back if he wants to, but here's the question, here's the deal. I feel like Havoc is wasting a little too much time and getting their early drone work done. They're just not able to make this push happen. Let's see how things will be happening going ahead into this match. Dead insert, trying to find the head. Could go for that one tap there, just could not find it, not yet at least. Lynch will be going in for the push-up. He's going to drop the red hatch. Does not find anybody. A quick 360, in fact. He's just opened up a melee hole, and this is a very expected one. Pre-fire could end his life, but it only stands to see if that pre-fire does follow up or not. Still waiting for this push-up. Everybody very patient from Team Extremis. I've got to give them this. Kudos to them. And there you go. The patient pays off. Gypsy with the opening frag for the side of the defense. And that'll be Dead instead to take the fall. A very important player, in fact, a very important operator, that is Zofia, taken off the board. Flashes are coming out. They're trying to make sure they make this push happen, at least in the best way possible. So many ADSs and my charges to worry about. And there you go. Gypsy's going to add one more to that mix I was talking about. And that's exactly what I'm talking about since the beginning. Havoc's just not having enough pacing to what they're trying to achieve over here. Only 50 seconds left and no map control. We're seeing the Sledge take a lot of damage. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to pronounce his name. If anybody could educate me on that, I would be more than glad. Because I'm thinking the push, but he's going to meet his maker. Gypsy is going to pick up the second frag for himself. Gypsy being the anchor point here, holding down the entirety of the map, or he'll be flashed out of his brains. The push-up is in. There's drone works happening still. No, that'll be the Hibana herself. Gets the fragger onto the Wamai, at least finally for now. There's another push-up. Oh, there you go. The Goyo takes the fall, but oh, he gets a little too greedy. There was a crossfire that the Maestro was watching, and Z-Panda is going to convert on that. A 3 versus 2. Extremists looking like they want to make this into a conversion, but there's no diffuser in hands. Lynch and Nifty, they cannot be doing this. Lynch is going to get a fragger 2 versus 2. Only 5 seconds left. Nifty goes for the push-up. He'll be meeting his maker as well. It's all down to my man Lynch. He won't be surviving this because there's no time left, and Extremis Esports takes this away on round 8 as well. Great performance from this team. I'm really excited to see what else they happen to bring out going ahead into this match.
Well, Havoc certainly are not going to be allowed to take the lead, not just yet. Extremis Esports are holding on to that lead and expanding on it as much as they can. And once again, Havoc's, they fell apart exactly when they didn't need to and couldn't reflag in time, or they got too greedy. Looking at Hibana on that Goyo kill right there. Wasn't aware of the Maestro holding a cross angle, of course, but still, when you're peeking White Stairs hallway like that, the bend is very dangerous if somebody is sitting inside of Cocktail Lounge, and somebody will pretty much always be sitting there. So you want to be very certain that you're clear before going for a kill on somebody downed in the hallway. That just goes without saying, and that was a big mistake right there, which was one of the bigger factors that contributed to Havoc's losing their way right at the end. Unfortunately for them, that means that Extremis Esports are up 5-3 right now, and they are looking solid for getting the match point. Gypsy is having a little bit of trouble putting down his Evil Eye, but he will be able to on a nice elevated position. Actually, I didn't know you could do that. I'm going to have to employ that myself when I get into the game later tonight. But jokes aside, that is a pretty good Maestro spot. He's still got another Evil Eye that he needs to put down somewhere, anywhere on the map. Potential on Small Bakery. Looks like it might be. Yes, it is. Small Bakery on the wall, facing the window and the hallway, making sure that he has a lot of coverage, in fact, all the way towards bar. First floor bar, that is, mind you. There's 2 locations on this map called bar. Sometimes even I get confused when casting. Am I referring to third floor bar? Am I referring to first floor bar? We'll never know. Round in the meanwhile, once again, the man's done so much. 14-3 in this match so far. He's going to have to actually fall back into side the mute, that is, as... oh boy, like I said, 14-3, he did fantastic for his team. He's done fantastic for his team. That ace specifically comes to mind every single time I talk about, about round. And just very, very well done. He's been very influential for his team, but not to speak ill of Extremis Esports. The rest of them, that is, they've been great so far, and they need to continue being great. They need to continue being that great for 2 more rounds. That's all they need, 2 more rounds. But just 2 rounds can become a little bit too hot to handle. We saw that almost happen a couple matches ago. Oh, but that's unfortunate for the visual. Caught on the brown stairs by the Buck on the balcony of third floor bar, that is. He's gonna go down very early and very unfortunately for him, as Vortex was not aware of the breach coming out on, the push coming out on third floor, excuse me. Third floor, Big Bakery in the meanwhile has been compromised. The mute comes in, but no, he gets the kill instead. And the Hibana goes down. Terio could not win the fight against the SMG 11. And that's a little unfortunate. Even he's confused as to what just happened right there. But Nifty's gonna find Z-Panda in the meanwhile. That's another defender drop, 3 versus 4. As Extremists have lost a couple of bodies. They haven't refragged. No, they're losing more. As the Buck finds another one. Gypsy goes down. And now it's all down to Round and Psycho once again to clutch it out for their team. Vertical lines of sight. They have to worry about those from the Buck on second floor. As Round, he's dancing around inside of sight. And so is Psycho trying to avoid being shot from above. The shotgun comes out. There we go. Diffuser drop as well. And Round, he's found one. The Melissa inside the side. She just has to be alive. And that's what she's doing. Distracting and taking shots just to make sure that it's still a 2v3 and not a 1v3. But how long can she stay alive for? There's the Ying coming in. Psycho takes a lot of damage, but she's still alive. So is Round. The Ying couldn't push off of that Candela, but she will be any second now as it's all down to the mute. Peeks on Small Bakery. Doesn't get the Ying just yet. He sees one coming in on Bakery main door. Will he get the kill? No, they don't even see each other. What? The flashbangs come out. Round, you need to turn around, but he gets the Ying instead and gets blown away by the Nomad air jab. He sees the operators in front of him, but there's only 10 seconds remaining. He tries to run, and he'll be taken off the board. Oh, dear me. That was, oh boy, that was another mad scramble between both teams. But at the end, the Buck was the one to win it out for his team. Havoc's, oh, we're actually looking at that in the instant replay. I didn't even get to see that. I was just trying to gather my thoughts, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, he got the Ying, but then got flashed and air jab to infinity. Unfortunately, there was no recovering from that. No bullets. The shotgun took too long to come out, and he did not have any cover as Round, well, that round was won by Havoc's. They're once again 1 round closer to equalizing this match right now.
Will we be getting to see that equalizer or not? They've come close to this once again. Team Extremists, I think they're happening to lose the composure when it comes to mid-round. It's coming down to Round and Psycho standing up for the team. You cannot just expect everybody to drop like flies and then, happen to depend on 2 players entirely. But let's see going ahead what we'll be getting to see from them. I have huge hopes. Let's hope they don't disappoint us. Round, once again, is going to be running the smoke. We've got Vortex on the Jaeger. Gypsy is brought to the castle. Very standard stuff you're getting to see from them. Psycho, though, not on the Melusi this time around, on the Goyo, because the site is going to be reading room and library, in fact. Excuse me, it's going to be reading room and dining. It's been a while since I saw this site. So, yeah. Going ahead, we got from the side of the attackers, once again, huge soft breach potential. You want to bring that out on a map like Cafe. So much more you can do, so much more dynamic that you can bring out just in the way you happen to approach this map. So I get it while Nifty will be running the Zofia. We've got the LMG, in fact, that Ishii is brought out. Interestingly so, could spam the entirety of the mag, in fact. Happens to be a great method of distracting your opponents as well. Just saying, just letting it out there. Let's see going ahead what we'll be able to find from them. Lynch just trying to find a possible flank that he's expecting from the bottom of the garage, but there won't be anybody who's coming onto him right now. Meanwhile, the Buck just making sure all the hatches will be open, and a Rios request will be requested from Z-Panda, as I just confirm it quickly. All right, Z-Panda will be going into the Rios after this. All right, looks like there's been a server lag that so the Rios should fix it, but for now, it'll be the game on a 5-4 scoreline. Let's see going ahead what we'll be able to see them make it out of here. Z-Panda once again was holding down the Goyo shield, and flashes are already coming in from the side of the Zofia. She's waiting to take that shield out, and there you go. I don't think they're expecting this. There's so many ADSs, so much more utility. Finally, we'll be able to get that. Very well done. A great utility dump from the side of the attackers. This might have drained them so much more already. Does manage to push the Wamai back, but Lynch here is already going to find a kill. That is going to be Vortex. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Team Extremists losing bodies a little too quickly. Just should not be the case, especially when you happen to be on defense on a map like Cafe. There's just so many workarounds, while the breach has already happened close to the Round on site. This could be devastating for the side of Extremis Esports. The push-up is in from Nomad. He does not know that. The smoke is going to take the fall. Teddy with the double kill. The man finds the smoke and somebody else as well. I'm not sure who. It's all under Z-Panda and Psycho. They are offside. But they've got to make this comeback happen. Teddy trying to find the third. He won't be able to connect his shots though. Psycho meanwhile finds Lynch though. A 2 versus 3 once again in a moment that they could make it out of. And there you go. Nifty is going to come with a team kill in the worst possible time. It's a 2 versus 1 now all of a sudden in the favor of Extremis Esports. Teddy the last man standing, the man who made the push. He's still got to find 2 more frags. He wants to make this clutch happen. He's got to find that 4K for himself. The 2K just was not enough. Pre-fires it on. That's a huge dump on the Mac. Just cannot go for the reload right in time. The barbell will stop him for a bit. Goes for the rotate, and there you go. Team Extremis Esports once again making it out of a situation you were not expecting them to. And maybe they should just stop. They should change the name from Extremis to Expectus Esports. That was not what I was expecting. Oh boy.
What are we even seeing here, Foxy? That I would like to ask of everybody in the chat and everybody watching this game right now. On Kitchen, that absolutely ridiculous scramble between Round, Ying, and the Buck. And then this round, a 2v5, as looks like Z-Panda is going to retract his rehost request, saying that the server issues that they were facing, the players that is, have been solved just by themselves, as it were. Hopefully it stays that way for the rest of this match, as that 2v5, that's definitely going down in the history books and the content books, ladies and gentlemen, as right now it is match point for Extremis Esports, managing to hold on somehow, some way, working out for them, and that's why we see it 6-4 on third floor bar in round 11. 2 rounds to go for Havocs. If they want to have a chance of winning this again, they have to push for overtime and nothing else. That is their one route to a potential victory, while Extremis Esports, they are, well, they're just 1 round away from winning it all. This round, just this round, this would be a big turnaround for them if they manage to win off the back of that 2v5 in the last round. Because let's be real, a 2v5, you always love to see it, but more than that, you love to see it if that converts into a victory. Reinforcements are coming off. That's, of course, the common reinforcement pool that we see, excuse me, right there, that we get to see, that we are getting to see, excuse me, as of Shadow Legacy. A very, very good change, might I add. As round 11, yeah, I'm slowly losing the words that I want to say just because of these last 2 rounds that we've gotten to see. I'm sure both Baba and Foxy will agree with me on that one, because oh my, some of the stuff, some of the scrambles, it's always a scramble. At least that's what it looks like between these 2 teams, as Vortex is holding inside a piano very close to the whiskey window right now. It's a slightly dangerous position because there is the south window of piano that he is exposed to, not to mention the angle from the top of the piano reinforcements as well. Meanwhile, Havocs, they know what they need to do. They've won this side before against the side of Extremis. They managed to do it on round 7. Unfortunately, that was just the 1 round that they managed to win on third floor bar, and this is returning to bar after Extremis won it on round 8. Grenades being cooked. Will it find anybody? The Maestro, oh, he barely actually lives quite comfortably off of that. That grenade came quite close. I thought it would do a bit more damage than that, but looks like it did not. As Z-Panda, all he lost was about 5-10 HP at best. Now Zophia's concussors are coming out, and some more grenades are being thrown in as gas canisters go off. It's a lot of intel being thrown around to try and find these defenders. More flashbangs are being thrown out as well. As, oh dear me, that is the worst time for a disconnect for Havocs. Oh no, this does not look like it's working out well. Wait a minute, the Zophia's already in. Found one. Round is going to find Nifty. Vortex is going to find Teddy in the meanwhile, as Psycho was taken down by Lynch on the other side of the map. I'm not even sure where that happened. Dead Inside and Lynch are the last 2 standing. The Goyo is the only one to have been taken down from Extremis Esports, and now it looks like a 4 versus 2. No, a 3 versus 2. Dead Inside's found one more, taking down Vortex. Some more damage is being done, as there we go. The player who disconnected, he's returned, but he's no longer active in the round. That's very unfortunate for Extremis. They're still feeling the effects of that. However, it's a 2v3. It is very much doable in the position that they are in. They need to get in. They need to get 1 or 2 kills. But there's a Maestro. There's a Goyo shield. Dead Inside. He's not going to be able to live that at all. And it's all down to Lynch. Prone on Cocktail Balcony. He's going to find one. Yes, he does. But the Maestro now knows that he's just sitting here and expect a big pre-fire from the Alda any second now. Flashbangs to go out. That is very smart right there to at least give himself some time. But there's the smoke inside of Cocktail, of Bard itself. No, the Maestro still found. The PRB comes out. Will he find the last one? No, he's trying to go for the plant to try and bait it out. The last few seconds remain. The smoke has to go for this. And he will still get it round. He does not lose these. Lynch, unfortunately, no ammo on the ARX and had to go for the plant to try and bait out the smoke. Was not able to get the kill with the PRB. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be the match between Extremis and Havocs as, oh boy, what a thrilling conclusion to this mad scramble of a game that we got to see right here, as round 11 is where we ended. 20 kills to round. What a match for him, wouldn't we all agree, as it is 7-4 in favor of Extremis Esports tonight on the second match of the WD BLACK Esports Club Pro League for Rainbow Six Siege. And now over to Baba Gusta for a little bit of post-match analysis.
Well, what do we have here? Extremis Esports. Well, it's all thanks to round with a great ace and also a wonderful clutch in the end, getting that final kill, even though with a great attempt from Nomad, using the flashbang to, eliminate the Maestro. So for now, let's just, go and check out the most highlights and relive the moment. And yep, as I was talking about it, on the first round, we actually did see, Havocs going on defense. Havocs going on defense in the first round. It's quite, interesting to see that there weren't any Melusi being played. But hey, on the post plant, we did see Vortex with the important kills and frags, while Gypsy was there covering Psycho, who was apparently planting on default. It shows how great when it comes to attack coordination and knowing that, hey, the site is clear. You know what, the next thing we have is just go for the plant, and there you have it. They've won around most of the attackers rounds, where Havocs did win on round 2, third floor bar. Now that is where Nifty made his plays, a C4 on piano window out of nowhere, when the attacker was apparently repelling and droning both at the same time. He should have been careful. If he wasn't careful enough, that C4 would have been saved. And also Arf was there stealing the round away when Psycho was planting. That was one of the most unexpected, and that wasn't only one round that was unexpected. We actually did see a round when he was on defense playing as the mute. He actually had the diffuser in hand. So he actually had the diffuser being killed, and also he had that in his possession on the bakery entrance. Next thing you know, Buck has already gone in. Round is started to panic. We still have the Kundelas, the Ying pushing in from the small bakery, and also Buck pushing in from the normal bakery entrance. Round didn't know exactly what to do, so he started to push in. He did, however, eliminate the Ying, but he did not exactly knew where Buck's location was. So all in all, a great attempt from Havocs, especially Nifty, who was playing as the Vigil on round 6. He even did recover the round on defense when it did not work back. At first, he actually thought of going for a run out from the bakery entrance. Since it did not work out, he decided to go and rotate back, and that's where Nifty made his play. 1v2 clutch situation where all he had to do is eliminate the Nomad and just wait for the timer to go down to 0, and that's where he actually made those important plays. Havocs on round 7, incredible push on attack. We actually did see Havocs winning around 2 to 3 points in attack. We almost did see them going around on overtime, but we actually did know in the end on round 11, where Team Extremis round was there to recover the round, even though Nomad was there to eliminate all of them.
Absolutely. It was an absolutely fantastic game coming out from both teams right here. 7-4 at the end of the day to Extremis Esports. And a great game, 7-4 to them, and very well attempted from Havocs. As we are, of course, after this one, going to have another game, and that game is between first time playing, and it's going to be our first time watching them, I believe. and TRNA Valiance. However, unfortunately, that's going to be on another stream, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll be right back with that second stream very, very shortly indeed. So I hope you guys, hope everyone enjoyed this first one, and we'll be right back with that in just a quick moment. Stay tuned. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we're just gonna have to pop back into the caster cam really quickly because I kind of, made the announcement of stream going offline a little too soon. We were supposed to do that after we leave the moment, but hey, it's my first time working with all of this, so some mistakes are to be expected. Anyways, we are in fact going to be going offline with this stream, and we'll be coming back online with the second stream tonight. Don't worry, we still have some exciting games for all of our viewers at home, and we'll be bringing you guys that one live in just a quick moment, as we just need to set up a few more things, and we'll be right back with those in the second stream. Stay tuned, everybody. This is from myself, Blackjack, and of course my co-hosts Foxtrot and Baba Gusta.